Ladies and gentlemen, we are live again. We are live again. I'm sorry that I've been away for a little while. I've been feeling a little sick. I'm still feeling a little sick, but we needed to get the party to you guys. So we're here, we're live, and right now we're still waiting on one other person. He'll join us when he can, but for right now, we're joined by the one, the only, Matthew McFadden. Matthew, how you doing, brother?
I'm so happy. So happy he's gone. So happy I finished my coursework. So happy Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's manager. Just a good week all round.
Yeah. It's been a really good week all around, despite the fact that I've had the flu. It's been a good week. I can't complain. So, guys, I'm going to tell you the rules for the show right now. We'll repeat them multiple times throughout the show. But so what we're going to do today is we're going to give you an opportunity to have your say on the show about everything that happened during Mourinho's tenure. We don't want to just say that Mourinho did nothing good at Manchester United, because that just wouldn't be the truth. So we're going to talk about the good. We want you to say your favorite Mourinho moment. We want you to say your least favorite Mourinho moment, where it all went wrong for you, or basically when you finally turned on him, if you ever did. And lastly, what are you most looking forward to about Ole being in charge, and what are your expectations for him? So for now, Matthew and I will start this off. And Matthew, you're up first, brother. You know, what is going to be your favorite Mourinho moment of all time during his tenure at Manchester United?
It's quite a tough one, because there's a couple of moments. It wasn't all terrible under Mourinho. There were some good bits in here and there. Probably the Europa League one. I think that's up there with the best achievements under him, because it was at that point we kind of just like completed football.
Yeah,
we just made it so that we won every single trophy. And I'd probably say maybe even the first transfer window under him, where we got Zlatan, Bale, Mickey, and Pogba, because all of those signings, maybe apart from Big Eric, were huge statement signings.
Yeah.
And then another game that is probably the highlight is the 3-2 win over Man City.
You know what? Those are all fantastic moments. I'm sure a lot of those will be repeated today. But like we said, you know, everything wasn't bad during his tenure here. It's just the truth. Mourinho didn't do all bad. While we've recently complained a lot about him, he's also done a lot of good things. And the key example of that was winning the Europa League and the League Cup in his first year. That got us all excited, and it made us excited for his second year and to see what he could do. It's just the truth. But Matthew, there were some pretty bad times during Mourinho's tenure.
Can you say that again?
So I got to ask you, what was your least favorite Mourinho moment that occurred during his tenure at Manchester United?
Right, like the best moments, I've not exactly got one. There's a few to choose from. It would probably be the most recent transfer window, because nothing really happened. We signed Fred and the club confirmed it about 6 years after we did. Do you remember that? It was like 3 weeks or something.
Yeah, it was a long time.
The club confirmed it, but then they confirmed it again. I don't know why.
Like, probably it was weird.
That I know, it was strange. And that loss to Liverpool, the final nail in the coffin, was dreadful, because we didn't show any fight whatsoever.
Yeah.
You could say that West Ham game as well, the 3-1 loss. Although luckily I didn't see the game at the time. But I think the thing that put most people on the Jose outside, who were Jose out, definitely the Sevilla game. Well, both Sevilla legs, well, the first one was 0-0. We did nothing in that game. And it's a risky score going into a second leg home time. Because as soon as they get a goal, you have to score too. And then Sevilla just beat us fair and square. We just didn't attack them. And I feel like that game summed up everything that was wrong with Mourinho at United.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There was a lot that went wrong during Mourinho's tenure, and especially basically starting at the second half of last year. It's really where it started all going downhill, and you could really see it starting to go downhill. And it was frustrating. It was really frustrating. But I might as well ask, where did it all finally go wrong for you? Where did you finally become Mourinho? You've got to go.
There's a few certain points here. The first one was the Sevilla result. That's when I went onto the Jose outside. And obviously, like, just because someone's Jose out doesn't mean that they can't change their mind.
Yeah.
If the manager shows why he can be a success at the club, then people are going to say, oh, okay, let's give him some more time. So I was Jose out from that moment. Then the point of no return was the West Ham game, because that was just a disgraceful result. Losing, parking the bus to West Ham, playing McTominay at centre-back, all those kind of stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And then we did kind of go on a little bit of a good run, getting some lucky results here and there.
I remember that time. That period of time.
After that showed what can happen if luck doesn't go your way, or if, the downsides and having to rely on luck to win your games. And then the Liverpool game was just, like I said, the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
So the Sevilla result was what took me over the Jose out edge, if you like. But those two games in particular were just the worst.
Yeah. So, my last question for you, man. What are you most excited about having Ole back at Manchester United? And what are your expectations for him during his tenure here?
I'll be honest, right? I'm going to give a selfish answer and say his first home game, since I've got a ticket to that. That should be a good one.
That's fair.
Top legend coming back to manage a team. He's going to get a standing ovation, and the atmosphere is going to be amazing. And hopefully he picks a good team and the team play well. I think some people might be getting a little bit ahead of themselves, saying we're going to win every game 4-0 now. That won't happen. However, the chances are we're going to see some more entertaining stuff on the pitch. And that's the main sort of objective that I think Ole has, is to give the fans some kind of faith. Because you've seen a couple of the Mourinho inners say, why didn't we just stick with Mourinho then? If the job for the rest of the season was just to restore some faith. Well, it's Mourinho who started all that. Now it's time for Ole to come in and give some encouragement for next season when the new manager comes in. Yeah. Which looks more and more likely like he's going to be Poch now.
It is looking very much so like it's going to be Pochettino, especially with all the rumors and speculations going on.
Especially with that sporting director thing. So we're appointing the director who worked under Pochettino at Spurs and Southampton. I forgot his name. It's like Phil Mitchell or something like that.
So I do remember. I remember seeing something about that. Now there obviously hasn't been any confirmations, but so I'm just curious. Did you see the interview that happened today?
I've not, but I've seen loads of people talking about it. People are saying that you can just tell in his face whenever he's asked about Man United that he wants to be there.
It was a little bit like it got to the point where I was watching and I was just like, okay, bro, just freaking drop it. Just drop it. Like you've got to. You just got to let it go, because at this point, the press conference guy said, hey, we're not going to talk about this. And I get it. Like, they're going to be talking about this a lot. And unless they're literally told before that you're going to be kicked out of the press conference, unless you stop asking about this, it's just going to be it's going to get annoying for them, because he's going to have to deal with it for a long time, especially if he's not coming to Manchester United. Like, unless he comes out and literally says, I'm not going, then I'm going to think that right now there's a lot of shit going on that's making me believe that it's his time to come to Manchester United.
Yeah, why hasn't he not done that yet? Why hasn't he just said, I'm at Tottenham right now, I'm not interested in moving to Man United?
Yeah, because that's a politically correct answer.
Yeah.
You could just be like, hey, I don't want to I don't want to leave right now. You know, I'm happy here. And that just basically means you're happy here for now. Move on.
Exactly.
Oh, Shane just literally said press officer told him to turn off the cameras. He did literally lose it. It was hilarious. Matthew, when you get the chance, you should watch it. I think that I actually retweeted it. I might not have, but if I did, you really should watch it. It was pretty funny. But so guys, so the way that this is gonna work, if you want to call in, if you want your voice to be heard, what I need you to do, because I know most of you actually follow me on Twitter, either DM me your Twitter, your Google Hangout information. If you want to have your face on here on the stream, if you want to have your face on here, I need Google Hangout from you guys. And what I'll do is I will add you to the call. Yes, and that too, Matthew, and that too. But if you want a face cam, I need your Google Hangout information. So basically, it's your email. I just need your Google Hangout email. Or if you don't want to be on Facecam, especially since I'm not feeling great and we won't be having any Miller High Life today, unfortunately. So we will do Skype as well. So I will need your Skype username so that way I can call you. That's gonna be the best way to do this. So either DM me, or if you don't feel like if you feel like DMing me, drop your details here, and we'll just basically start up a line. But the first up, and so I'm gonna add him in right now, is gonna be the one and only Mr. Exclusive. I wanted to get his take on everything, obviously, because I mean, he's Mr. Exclusive. Come on now. So invite. So this is exactly how it's gonna work, guys. That's pretty funny, Shane. So, but guys, I mean, honestly, like I said, this isn't going to be only about like breaking down and like basically talking crap about Mourinho. Like, it's just not the truth. All things haven't been bad during his tenure. They just have all gone wrong in such a short amount of time that it just was typical Mourinho at every single club he's been at. It sucks. It sucks, but it's the truth.
To be fair, it's not all that bad. He signed Lee Grant and promoted Scott McTominay up to the first team, so he's a Man United legend for that.
Fair enough, Matthew. Fair enough. I mean, Lee Grant, the 100 out of 100 rated keeper. I mean, it's just the truth, bro. Real quick, guys, I'm going to message Mr. Exclusive and just make sure that he's able to get everything going. I know that he got his internet back today, and he's super excited. So, let's speak about the man who shall not be named. And PRFC fan show joining in here, guys. Really happy to have you here, Kevin. So not all bad things from him, but he was bad really when he put a shit stain on the whole team. And he's absolutely right. Just so you guys know, Drawdy actually had to take a phone call literally right before he went live. That's the only reason why he's not live with us already. So real quick, just
you think this would be the most important part of this day?
I know, right?
But no, you have to take a call.
Take a call, Drawdy. Come on now. Like
stupid Keith.
Stupid Keith. Send you the invite. Sorry, guys. Obviously we are live. Not everything is gonna be perfect. He said try him again. All right, let's try this again. J87.
Also, for those who have METV, Solskjaer's first interview is on right now. And I tell you what, it's an absolute corker of an interview.
So I'm going to have to go back and watch it, Matthew.
But to be fair, you can't judge everything based off the first interview, but he's saying all the right stuff.
Oh, there we go. He's here, guys. So,
technical issues.
Like I said, it's live TV. We don't have any control over everything, guys. So
that's it.
So guys, this is exactly how it's going to work. I figured Mr. Exclusive is the best person to get it working right the first time. And we're going to show you how this is going to work. So, Mr. Exclusive, how you doing, buddy?
I am so delighted. It is a weight off one's shoulders knowing we don't have to worry again.
I appreciate you wearing black in honor of the occasion. I appreciate it.
I'm wearing all black as well.
Oh, so apparently I'm the odd man out here. Like, here, I got you. Black hat, right?
Well, I'm all in black actually. To be fair, I'm sporting a different Adidas top though. Like it's you can see the buttons.
Oh, gotcha. Yep.
But I'm still sporting our brand.
So, Mixture Exclusive. First question to you, brother.
Go on.
What is going to be your favorite memory about Mourinho's tenure at Manchester United?
Him leaving.
Okay. I mean, if that's your answer, that's fair.
No, that's it. No, don't get me wrong. I'm happy that he completed Sir Alex's legacy by getting the Europa League. He's the only one that he couldn't get hold of in his time, only because he was too busy trying to capture the Champions League. But vis-a-vis, we couldn't have what we wanted at the time. We got Jose. He was obviously the best fit at the time, like not for the actual club itself, but actual like who we could get hold of, top quality, expect to get trophies in 2 to 3 years, but we don't need to go through it all. We know what happened. We lived it.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's true. I mean, it is true that, there's always going to be a pot, like, no matter, and this is where I've been respecting a lot of players too. So a lot of players have come out and said nice things because no matter what, at the end of the day, guess what? A lot of people didn't like Mourinho, and it's very, very obvious. But you can still learn something even if you don't like your boss. And
too right.
You learn something from him.
Yeah, for real. I've worked under bosses before in my life and not liked them at all, but learned something off them. Like how not to punch someone in the head when they annoy you.
I mean, Matthew, fair answer?
Yeah, that's a fair answer.
I'm surprised like Pogba didn't actually just get Mourinho there and go, dab it, headbutts.
That's how he actually headbutted. He grabs his head with this part and just
back of the head, Bush.
By the way, guys, likes for the dab. I did hit a pretty solid dab there.
He did. Come on, guys.
Wait 5 seconds. Oh, that's shocking.
I did hit a pretty solid dab there. I think I deserve a like for the solid dab.
That's like the video right now.
So, Mr. Exclusive, obviously we got to ask the next question, man. What was your least favorite moment during Mourinho's tenure at Manchester United?
It isn't a moment because the moment lasted forever. It's the way that he how can I put it? The way that he went about the job. Like, he had the biggest job in the world, like football-wise. Like, we're second biggest sports team to one of the, I think it's NFL teams, right? And he could have easily brought his winning ways, took our youth, obviously, which is against his winning ways, but they could have had a decent, mixture of them both and turned it into a super winning way. But he chose not to. He chose to be I'm going to throw my toys out of the pram if I don't get what I want. But then, what do you expect from Jose? Because we've seen it in every single club that he's gone to. So it's the fact that people like Sir Bobby Charlton, who watched his friends and his teammates die, for youth and attacking football in Europe, and we didn't get that. And that is the biggest thing, my gripe with Jose Mourinho, because I will say it, hands up, I was a Jose fanboy. I was. You should have seen my Instagram when I was Jose, the special one, the United one. I was on that sort of stuff, but it went out the window when we played Sevilla, and then I kind of had patience. I thought, okay, give him his transfer market, see what we can bring in, and then they brought in who they brought in, and he wasted them. literally wasted them. Like, I've said it many times. I actually think those players were only brought in to stop Man City from growing. But it's not about Man City; it's about Man United. And we go on, we live on. Like Jose actually said, Manchester United is going to live on without him, and just fine.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And we've said this very, very recently too. Listen, there's going to be life before Jose. There's going to be life after Jose. It's just like we're bigger than one person. We're bigger than one manager. We're bigger than one player. This badge, it lives on forever, brother. It just
that is it. Yeah, too right.
I mean, so I'm going to ask you this next question. Where did it ultimately all go wrong for you? Where did you finally just say, you know what, it's enough. Enough is enough for Mourinho.
I was what you would call a flip-flop fan from at the start of the second year. Like, some of the things would really piss me off about Jose. So I'd be like, right, sod him. He needs to go. And then he would save himself and do something really good, or he'd go out and like show himself to the fans, give his fans the jacket and stuff like that. And, you know, it made you warm up to someone who has been ice cold for a long time. And you think, oh, maybe, just maybe he may change. And like, it was romantic, but the actual nail in the coffin had to be the West Ham game. It had to be, man. You might as well have ran in on Christmas Day, drop kicked your nan on the face, and robbed the Christmas presents as well.
Yeah. I mean, listen, and here's the thing. I think that a lot of people were very flip-flop, but especially in his second year. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because he would do some, like, we were 4-0 FC at the start of the year. And then it just all, when Pogba got injured, went to shit, for lack of a better word.
It was like that, and Rui, they were having the arguments about then, and that's when the squad started playing in this like dreary and drab state. Like, well, if they're arguing on the training ground, there's no cohesion in the actual team itself on the pitch, and it all interjects. Like, I don't know if anyone's watched the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer interview with Manchester United. I don't know if anyone was seeing it. I was typing what he was saying because I was just listening to it while you were talking. And basically what he said was he wants to interject life back into the club. Whatever's happened in the past has happened. It's a new slate. Like, I think that's even talking about like Lukaku's first touch.
Yeah.
So like, that's going to be the thing. Like, I was watching a video of him training mini Danny Welbeck at 9 years old, showing him how to one-step a defender or Cruyff turn away and take a shot. So all those things are there to obviously show that he can do that.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I agree. I'm excited to see what Ollie's going to be able to do. And it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. So, I mean, you kind of already answered the question of what you're most looking forward to with having him in charge. So let me ask you, what are your expectations for him then?
None. There is no expectation. Like, what can we expect from United of this season if he hadn't turned up? We were going to get absolutely annihilated by PSG. Mbappe and Neymar was going to run a riot against us because we just sat back all game, let them take possession and tried to be a militant and stay in. Nah, mate, that's not going to happen. So we would have been battered, knocked out of the Champions League. We wouldn't have got Europa League at a struggle. Like, we were getting to that stage of like morale down that we're not getting anything. So as long as he doesn't get us relegated, which there's no chance in hell that he's gonna do, I don't understand any of these people on Twitter saying that, oh, what if he does this? He did this bad with Cardiff, this, that, and the other. And what I don't understand is Cardiff are about 700 million and 30 years away from Manchester United. And he was trying to take United's philosophy of playing from the back, move it quickly, and break with so much pace that on the attack that you did what Sir Alex Ferguson did. 9 seconds, 6 passes, goal. I don't like these 44 passes and then take your shot. What happens if you do 44 passes, waste 5 minutes of time, and miss the goal? What's the use in that?
No,
you could have 3 attempts. Go on. Sorry.
No, but you're absolutely right. I mean, listen, end of the day, you got to let the guy come in and do what he's going to do. You got to give him time. You got to let him work out his system. Honestly, I'm going to give him at least 2-3 weeks to fully implement his system before I start judging the on-field product.
I'd like to see by January, see what these runs of games are through the December. See how he because what he'll do for a definite, right, for all these games is rotate the full team. And I don't mean just his starting 21s. I mean, you'll look in the under-23s, you look into the under-18s. I'm telling you now, right, get your money on Chong, get your money on Mason Greenwood, because all these players are going to get time under thingy. His average age at Mould for the full first team is 22 and a half years old. Average age. So don't think that people like Matic and Fellaini are actually going to get on the pitch. They will, because they'll probably put them where they should have been in the first place, which is Manchester United's bench. You've got a team that's going out there, hammer and tong youth, and something's maybe needing steadying. You put the people who know what they're doing on the pitch. You let them run riot. You let Mason Greenwood take the mick out of a team, and then you put Sanchez on. Give Mason Greenwood his time on the bench to chill out. Then, you've just got a brace. And then you've got someone like Sanchez who's going to run around the place. Obviously, Matic, you can put in the centre defensive mid, and he's going to sit tight. Obviously, people are shitting themselves no, I don't want to hear Matic on that pitch. But you're telling me in the 80th minute, you're 3-1 or 3-2 ahead, and you're not going to put Matic on to see him try and die the game out, rather than have him on for 85 minutes and then put Jesse Lingard and hope that someone actually scores a goal. Nah, come on. It's an obvious thing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and you bring up some really, really great points, Mr. Exclusive. So real quick, I did want to say hello to everybody that's joining us live right now. Guys, we're going to be live for a really long time because, honestly, I want anybody that's watching to have your opportunity to call in and have your say about Mourinho's tenure at Manchester United. I really do. As long as you follow me and I follow you, you could DM me and give me your information for how you want to get on the show. And again, like I said, it's either you could do face cam like Mr. Exclusive's doing, and I could send you the invite exactly like that.
Or you can give him $20 and he'll pick it up.
Yes. Oh, Rob Devin's here, ladies and gentlemen. He is here. So, guys, listen. I mean, Mr. Exclusive, thank you for joining us, man. We're gonna let Jody have his say now. Johnny's going to be joining us for as long as he can, guys. He's obviously got a busy life himself with just starting up his own. I don't know what's the best way to call it. The Devil Studio.
It's not really setting up. It's more like it's my portfolio at the moment, and then I guess if anyone wants any work, I might consider doing some freelance. But I'm so snowed under. I don't know if I'm going to have any time anyway. So it's more like just the kind of, this is what I do, this is what I can do. If you're interested, get in contact. If I'm interested, then I might do some work. But to be honest with you, small things I'm not really interested in. So.
Fair enough. I get that you're talking shit about me right now. It's all good. It's all good, bro. It's all.
Yeah, sorry, man. I've gone too mainstream these days. I'm not really supposed to be doing these small things. So.
I know, right? You're too big time for the little guys like me. I get it. Which, by the way, guys, I just want to make sure you know we're also kind of going to be doing a U23 watch along because Derby and Manchester United U23s are on right now. So happy days. So, Mr. Exclusive, again, thank you for joining me, my friend.
Yeah, no worries. Anytime.
And we'll get you back on real soon, brother.
Let's have a great one. I'll be in the mod there.
Yes, sir. All right, so Mr. Drotty Devil.
Yes.
I've got some questions for you, brother.
What are they?
Okay, so first up question. Actually, I'm sorry, it's Keith.
I won't sleep with you.
Listen, that was gonna be my first question, but now I'm just devastated. I'm just devastated.
I know you are, but you'll get over
Just
it.
end the stream there.
Just end it now. I know I did mispronounce Keith's name. I know.
Rejection.
But so my first question for you, brother, is so what is going to be your favorite memory of Mourinho's tenure at Manchester United?
I mean, there's so many to choose from the attacking, flowing football to the bromance with the players, to the way he made all the players hold hands after a draw with West Brom.
And sing Kumbaya.
I love the way when we won 3 Champions Leagues in a row.
He's also real.
There's just so many to choose from, Andrew. I'm struggling. But right now, I think my best memory of him is yesterday.
You know what? Honestly, and I've said this multiple times, if that's what you think, that's completely fair, because at the end of the day, we're Manchester United. We should be bigger than just having a great memory of winning a Europa League and winning a League Cup, funny enough.
To be honest with you, don't get me wrong, the Europa League was great, but it's not a Premier League, it's not a Champions League. So
Exactly. So then my next question for you is, what was your least favorite moment during Mourinho's tenure?
Oh, it's got to be... I'm going to group these all into one because they're the same thing. It's his press conferences with some of the comments he was coming out with. He just loved throwing players under the bus. It's not something you should be doing as a manager. Sir Alex certainly never did it, publicly anyway. And I just feel like he's just fallen out of love with football. He's not the same man he was when he came over to England, put it that way. I did not like any of the press conferences.
And in all honesty, man, I actually agree with you. There was a lot of press conferences that, we would message each other and be like, what was that? And it was especially after the Sevilla match. That was one that really stood out as like the breaking point for a lot of people of just, wow, this is obvious. This guy is literally only all about him and does not give a crap about Manchester United, the club. He did come out and say all the right things after, that he was happy to manage Manchester United. It's a great accomplishment and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you certainly talked about yourself a lot, though, man. He really did. So then my real question for you is, because I know that you hung out on being the Mourinho inside a lot longer than a lot of people.
So did me and Goldbridge both. We were both very much hoping that he was going to turn things around.
That's very true. Then there's no problem with because I think if you don't have that level of optimism, you just wind up kind of only sounding bitter for a lot of time. So but where did it ultimately all go wrong for you?
I think even after the Newcastle result, I thought the writing was on the wall. I know we came back to win it, but watching that game was painful. The way we went 2-0 down, and at that point I thought, well, he's already gone. The football's crap. And it just became a complete... The players weren't even sticking to tactics when we came back. It was literally just a free-for-all. Tactics went out the window. It's like, that's not down to the manager. That's down to the players just thinking, look, we need to win this. Let's just do anything. I think at that point I sort of thought, he hasn't got long left. I sort of thought maybe he was going to do something, but I just thought it's never going to get any better. This is the best. And if we can only manage a comeback against Newcastle, then we're already screwed.
Which, don't get me wrong, being there and actually witnessing that was amazing.
Yeah.
No, this is the point. I know you guys were already there with all the other guys from the United stand, but I know it must have been an incredible experience to be there, and I know you were all elated after that. But did you really think it turned a corner?
No, God, no. You saw it in my fan cam afterwards. I was like, nothing changed about this match. The only reason why anything changed is because we went 2-0 down to freaking Newcastle in the first half. And we literally had to go guns blazing. There was literally no other chance. We were backed into a corner, and we had to go at it. And we did for the last 25 minutes. So, I do ultimately agree with you. I think that the Newcastle match, And I think that we were all thinking he was going to be fired at that point. Like, it was especially because, like, there was such strong media speculation. But then Gary Neville, honestly, I believe this, and I don't know how you feel, but I think Gary Neville saved Mourinho's job. I mean, do you agree with that?
No.
No?
No, I mean, what can Gary Neville basically do to keep him in a job? At the end of the day, he doesn't work for the club. And he's not going to sway any of the board. The same as the other ex-pros are not going to sway any of the board. They probably just looked at it and thought, okay, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and we'll probably look bad if we sack him after this kind of a result. So sacking any manager after a comeback is a bizarre move. Generally, it's like with Mark Hughes. He was sacked after drawing against Manchester United, not because he was expected to win, but because he didn't win, because they desperately need points to stay up there. You know, on most occasions, a draw against Manchester United is a fantastic result for any club in the bottom half of the table. But considering the turmoil the club's currently going under, Sparky had to get a result and he didn't. So that's why he faced a sack. Whereas Jose against Newcastle, it was a fight back. You know, everyone was on a high. It doesn't matter that United were crap. You know, it doesn't matter because everyone was suddenly galvanised the fact that United could turn it around. So they were never going to sack him after that result.
Yeah, and listen, I mean, I think that's fair. And ultimately, I think we all kind of knew that the board wasn't going to have the balls to actually do what was right. And that's why I didn't hold out hope after it. Honestly, I didn't think that this would happen until the end of the season. I think most of us didn't expect this to happen until the end of the season. So
I had an inkling something was going to happen.
Well, after the Liverpool result, and we literally had no social media action from Manchester United, then the next day, the only thing they talked about was the U23 stuff. That's all they talked about.
As me and Goldberg said on a private conversation, and he won't mind me saying this, I said, you know, once the draw's out of the way, the Champions League draw, then United might do something. Because you're not going to sack a manager before the Champions League draw, because that just detracts away from that. That would piss off UEFA. That would piss off everyone else at the club. And the fans would be like, well, we don't care about the Champions League right now because we're thinking about the manager. So they were delaying it. And they probably have had a few thoughts about it, saying, what's the best way of doing this? And I can't imagine they would have taken it lightly because at the end of the day, he's going to get a bumper payout. So, you know, I don't feel too sorry for him in that way. He's £20 million richer. It's hard to feel sorry for anyone who's got 20 million in the bank for getting sacked. But I don't genuinely think that it could have gone any other way. And me and Goldberg sort of had this feeling that something would happen. We've both been on edge for a couple of days after the Liverpool result. Yeah,
and in all honesty, like, I mean, with him going up to Manchester, I think that we all, like, when I saw that he was live in Manchester, I was like, oh, so like I know that the feeling was that there was just something that was going to happen. Like, we didn't know what it was going to be, but I think we all felt like something was going to happen. And honestly, I think the only way that this week could have been made better is if the Glazers had also sold Manchester United. If that was the case, we'd be going 24 hours straight. We would. I don't care if I was feeling sick. We'd be partying all night long and all day, because that's a worthy 24-hour stream right there. But
exactly.
So my last question for you, bro, is what are you most excited about with having Ole back as the Manchester United manager, and what are your expectations for him for getting to the end of the year?
Genuinely, I have zero expectations, because I think there's a lot of people on social media at the moment going, oh, you know, we should compare him to Zidane. You know, he's the similar age. He's been working with the youth setup. You do not compare them. It's completely different situations. At Cardiff, he was never going to get anywhere with Cardiff because they have no funds. Their squad is subpar. It's pretty much an impossible job, especially for a new manager. Keeping any club out of relegation when you don't have great players is kind of like Rafa Benitez, an incredibly experienced manager, but he only just manages to keep them out of relegation. So to take any rookie manager on to face a relegation battle is a losing battle. You're not going to do it. Come coming into Manchester United, we really should not be putting too much expectation on Ollie. What we will hopefully see is an attacking Manchester United. He's a striker. He knows where the goal is, and he will be drilling into those players, shoot. Because after 36-6 chances against Liverpool, let's be fair, United need to start scoring goals again and finding the goal. Lukaku can't score a goal for Toffee, apart from, he had a couple of game runs. Rashford just needs some confidence in him. He'll start scoring. Martial could do with some training on finding the goal again. So Ollie coming in, I'm excited because he knows the club. He is a club legend. I mean, we all remember 1999. He'll bring back the feel-good factor. But the point I want to make is it's not all about Ollie. Mike Phelan. Mike Phelan is probably the biggest plus in this one because he's already done it before under Sir Alex. He already knows Sir Alex and how he trains. And I think one of the big things that someone said to me was, how do we know that Sir Alex won't be pulling the strings, in earshot of Mike Phelan? And Ollie's there just as a figurehead, just to kind of galvanise everyone. Because Sir Alex isn't going to come back into a managerial role.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mike's got an amazing relationship with Sir Alex. So for me, this is steadying the ship. I don't think Ollie's going to come in here and revolutionise anything. It's going to be interesting to see how the players respond to him because he is a very attack-minded coach, and I think players like Pogba are going to love it. Yeah, because he's going to say, "Be looking forward." Pogba's probably going to benefit the most out of all the players. So to see Pogba in full flow is going to be the biggest benefit to our season. But our defence is not good at all, and I genuinely worry at the moment that if we do go gung-ho and go attacking, we're going to leak goals even more. But hey, I don't mind losing a couple of games 4-3.
And honestly, as long as, and this is just my opinion, but as long as he comes in and he makes the players have fun playing the game again, because you could literally see that the players were not having fun playing the game of football anymore.
I think the manager reflects whatever, how he's feeling onto the players. And if you've got a negative manager, if I had a boss who was coming into work and was incredibly negative all the time, it's going to rub off on all his employees. So for the manager to come in like Jose did, berate his players in front of the media all the time, what you're doing is creating a negative atmosphere. Ollie's not that kind of, butter wouldn't melt in Ollie's mouth. But he is very, very much, a sharp shooter. And he gets everything that's about Manchester United. Everything. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would be probably the greatest substitute of all time for Manchester United, if you're going to look at it. Yeah. And he was. And he still is.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, he was the baby-faced assassin. He was known as probably the original super sub. That's obviously a bit of an overstatement, but he was the original super sub, the guy that you knew when he came on, he was going to change the game. And I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to Manchester United and just see what he's going to be able to do with this squad. Because,
don't expect top four.
No.
Do not expect top four. I think anyone who thinks he's going to change our season and all of a sudden we're going to go on a winning run. Who are we playing this weekend? I forget. It's just gone out of my mind. Cardiff. Cardiff should be a walkover. It really should. But with all the kind of chaos that's gone on this week, players' minds, are they really going to be in the game that much? I don't know. Ollie's facing his old team. Neil Warnock's going to be well up for it, facing Ollie. Don't expect a victory. Expect a much, much better performance, but don't expect United to start steamrolling teams because there's a lot of work to be done. And I mean, if Ollie does a fantastic job and manages to, somehow get 6th or 5th by the end of the season and a good run in the Champions League, maybe to the quarters of the semis, then we'll look at it in the summer. But all I'm looking for at the moment is just to have some decent football, and that is it.
Yeah. No, ultimately, I completely agree with you, bro. Just if we get some good football, I'll be so honestly just to actually have fun watching the game again. To know that when you're watching it, you're gonna get something entertaining. That's it. Honestly, I'm looking forward to the game this weekend, because I know that no matter what, we get to see a tidbit of what Ollie's going to be producing into everything. Holy crap, what a goal. Sorry, guys. So U23, I don't know who the name of the striker is because it's not Mason Greenwood. Yeah, yes.
Andrew, but I'm really sorry. I have to go. I have to take this call.
You're all good, man. If you want to join us at any point in time, you know you're welcome to.
No, fine. And guys, enjoy the rest of the show. Subscribe to Andrew's channel. Hit them all up at Twitter and get involved. So
thank you very much, Droddy. I love you, bro. Thank you very much for your help.
See you, mate.
Later.
Bye. So guys, me who was waiting for a witty joke at the end of that.
I was too.
I was actually quite disappointed to find out it was some good wholesome plugging.
Yeah, seriously, it was just a nice wholesome plug. I appreciate it. But so guys, I mean, so Angel Gomez kind of took out the entire defense, puts in a little ball to the guy, and then he just kind of backheels it 5-hole, and it was pretty cool to see. But guys, so next up, we're gonna have Ryan. I'm gonna be trying to add Ryan Beals into the call right now.
On the point about the U23 squad, do you notice someone who's not in the squad?
Yeah, Tahith Chong. So exactly. I saw you post something about Tahith Chong apparently being on the bench. Is that confirmed?
Oh no, it's not confirmed, but he's not in the U23 squad.
Which that does
probably mean something,
because he played on the weekend for the U23s, I believe, but then I know for a fact he missed out in the FA Cup match, the Youth FA Cup match, and obviously he's missing out on this one. So I'm wondering if maybe we get a bench appearance from Tahith Chong. That'd be amazing. But guys, we're joined by the one, the only, Ryan Beals. Ryan, how you doing, bro?
Not too bad, bro. How about yourself?
Ryan, I'm ecstatic. I'm elated. I just can't believe that it's actually real that Mourinho is finally gone, man.
I know. I woke up yet another day, and he's still gone. It's awesome.
Exactly. So, Ryan, I've got some questions for you, man. So my first question for you is, what is going to be your favorite memory of Mourinho's time at Manchester United?
Probably the Europa League, winning that. And it was just purely, one, because we've never won it before, and two, it was to get us back into Champions League football. But that's probably one of the very few that I can think of off the top of my head.
That's honestly going to be a lot of people's favorite moment, because honestly, it's the one that is going to stand out. Winning that Europa League, doing something that hasn't happened before, and while it's not necessarily the biggest trophy, it's still a trophy that got us back into the Champions League despite finishing 6th. And it was just an overall elation kind of moment. We had been bad for quite a while. The only thing we had won was the FA Cup, and it just was. It was
the Community Shield.
Yeah, and the Community Shield. Yeah. So and the League Cup. We did win the League Cup before that, but those
two don't really count. The Community Shield's a glorified friendly. Let's be honest.
It is. You're right. It is. We all just wake up for it because we're like, okay, it's football. We get to watch some football. So
exactly.
So Ryan, my next question for you is, what is going to be your least favorite moment of Mourinho's tenure during his time at Manchester United?
Oh, man. The big one that made me start turning Mourinho out was the comments he made after the Sevilla. Basically when he went on that heritage rant, and it was kind of made me go, dude, who the hell do you think you are? We hired you to change that. You're the special one that's won the Champions League. That's why we hired you and brought you in, is to take us back to the top. So, and he couldn't admit that he failed, and that's when he started digging out the club. To me, that was if he said that at any other club, any other, Real Madrid, Barca, they would have sacked him the next day after comments like that.
No, I actually completely agree with you, man. I think that if at any other big club, if you're talking crap about the big club that you are, and you're talking about how, what you did is more important, pretty sure you're going to get fired. That was very, very frustrating. So,
yeah. And the one that was no return for me was the Derby County. we lost to a championship side that, I mean, you could pretty much set up no matter how you want and should have got a result out of that. And the fact that we've lost to them, it's just kind of like, all right, dude, like this is screwed. We're hosed. Like there's no turning back from this.
Yeah, no, and I do agree. So I mean, I know you kind of answered it, but I might as well ask it. So what was the moment? Like, what was that turning point for you on Mourinho? What made you finally be Mourinho out?
So Derby County was all right, there's no turning back. Like if we can't even go into games like this and have a for sure win, and just the West Ham result as well, it's just like these are teams we should be beating. This is pathetic. We can't be losing to squads like this or even drawing against sides like that. Those are results that we should be getting. We're Manchester United, and once we started losing results like that, it's like, okay, well, you're taking us to the relegation zone, opposite end of the table, dude. Like, we should be getting those results.
Yeah, no, I do completely agree with you. It's like you saw a match against Derby County where Derby County almost played us off the park, and we've got a lucky equalizer from Fellaini, and we go to a shootout where Phil Jones in his bloody pink boots just cost us everything.
Pink boots, Marcus.
Yes. But by far, best quote of the year from Mark Goldridge, not without question.
Hands down.
Oh, you know what one tops that?
Okay.
Trying to catch a bowling ball with a poppadom?
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
that's the best one.
That's going to be one thing I think we're going to miss for a while is the Mark Goldridge classic quotes, because I don't think that he's going to be upset for a bit now.
Can't defend a picnic from a pack of ants.
there is a lot of classic quotes. I'm going to give him that. He comes up with some good one-liners, doesn't he? So
absolutely.
My last question.
For a boat. That's another
one. So listen, Ryan, I got one last question for you, man. What do you think of Ollie coming in, being the new manager? Are you excited? And lastly, what are your expectations for him?
So, what I'm like, my expectations, I don't have any really. To me, it's just a baby step towards our future and building us back to where we need to be. It's getting the results that we should against teams we should. So, like against your Huddersfields, we should be getting those results. It's just the building blocks. I don't expect him to get us top 4. To me, that's been gone for a long time. In fact, I thought we were going to get outside the top 10 if Jose was still here. So if he can just kind of keep us above that, then so be it. And if we can get some exciting football, then even more awesome.
Yeah, no, and honestly, I'm pretty much in the same boat. I mean, I know you kind of saw my little bit of a back and forth with somebody on Twitter about, listen, it's an interim manager. Like, we shouldn't be trying to give an interim manager like, hey, you need to finish in the top 4, or hey, you need to win the Champions League. It's just not realistic.
Yeah, it was setting him up for failure, and that's not fair to him. He's just coming in to try to steady the ship, get us, like I said, baby steps back to where we need to be. And if he can place a consistent 11 that doesn't look like we blindfolded a monkey and had him throw darts at a team selection board, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, no, honestly, yeah. Like I understand that. Like if we can manage to pull off top 4 with him, like I even said this, if we pull off top 4, we manage to get past PSG and we come close to winning the FA Cup, I consider that a great time under Ollie as our coach. Like, it's just the truth.
Oh, absolutely. And the things I'm looking forward to is there's almost too many to list off, but it kind of releases the shackles off of what United's built on, which is playing some of the youth, giving them some opportunities. And the other thing I'm looking forward to is no bullshit press conferences from like Jose throwing players under the bus. We played well. We were just unlucky, kind of like against Liverpool. It's like, what match did you watch, dude? We got absolutely bitch slapped, Yeah,
no, you're absolutely right, Ryan. I mean, you really are. Like, we just the press conferences sometimes were almost just like, listen, we know you're just basically going through the motions at this point. And when you're throwing individual players under the bus, like you just don't need to do it. You don't need to throw individual players under the bus, especially in front of the media. And like when you're questioning the heart of players and stuff like that, eventually you're going to lose people. And he did. He lost the dressing room.
Oh, absolutely. And of course he's going to. I mean, you think of any other successful manager, what other successful current manager has been throwing players under the bus, and still keeping the team? It just doesn't happen. In fact, you look at
Hello? Oh, I think we lost Ryan, guys. That's unfortunate. But so, Ryan, I'm going to say it real quick. Thank you, sir, for joining the call. We really did appreciate having you on. So, guys, I'm going to apologize for the Skype noise that we're going to get here. But it's bound to happen. So, let me get this here. I've got to call Matthew back, and hopefully he will be able to answer. Or let me see here. I don't know what happened with everything, guys. But okay, so we're gonna call that enough for now. I'm just gonna message Matthew and tell him to give me a call when he's available, because I know Matthew put in there he had to step away for a few minutes. Call when you can. Okay, so guys, next up, I'm gonna try and add him in here. We are gonna have the one and the only Carl Edgar. Let me try and add him here. Invite. Let's see if we can't get him. Gotta love live TV, guys, right? Got almost no control over, what's going to happen. It's okay. Listen, things happen at the end of the day. So, oh, man. And here.
Yo.
What's going on, Carl? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Is the camera working or what? What's going on?
Not right now, but I have a feeling that you're going to get it working here in just a second if you want me to give you a minute.
I don't know what's happened there. Hang on a minute. There we go.
Hello.
Yo, what's happening?
Dude, what is good? I mean, well, honestly, everything's good right now. I mean, we got really something to be upset about.
No, yeah, true that. Nothing to be upset about. Happy with Ollie. Happy with Mike Phelan. Happy with everything, to be fair, if I'm honest, boys.
Yeah, honestly, and I don't blame you for it. Like, really, there's nothing to be upset about. There just really isn't. So, I mean, my first question to you then, Carl, what was your favorite Mourinho moment?
My favourite Mourinho moment? To be fair, mate, do you know what? I'm going to go with the City game last season away at the Etihad.
That's fair.
We looked like getting beat, you know what I mean? Really bad. And then, something happened. Pogba decided to show up, which was strange.
Yeah, Pogba decided to show up in an extra way too. Like
exactly, man. The City game definitely, man.
Yeah, no, that's a good. It's a great memory. That's gonna be one of the best memories that we'll have, and it's something that we'll be able to relive in history for a long time, because we did manage to delay City winning the league because of that. Exactly.
Because like you say, it was one of them, wasn't it? They beat us, and that was it. No one wants that, Johnny, especially not us.
Exactly. The noisy neighbors, right?
A bit more than noisy now, though, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean,
it's horrible.
More and more noisy by the day, unfortunately.
I know, it's not a great feeling, but what can you do?
Hey, you know what? all I'll say is that there's got to be bandwagon fans in the world, right?
Of course there is, man. They're gonna get loads of fans. It wouldn't surprise me if some of our fans start moving over there. Some of the stuff I've seen on Twitter the last few days. Good God,
dude, I've seen all that same stuff too, and just it. There are some people I'm just like, what, were you even a Manchester United fan, or were you just a Mourinho fan? Because that's kind of what it seems like.
Just looking for glory, ain't they? That's all it is. Fickle people, mate. Follow the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got to ask the question.
Go on.
What was your least favorite Mourinho moment?
It's loads, isn't there? You know, don't get me wrong, right? I wasn't really ever Mourinho out, like fully get him out until probably a couple of weeks back. But, you know, I'm all for giving people a chance. I was speaking at work today, I was speaking to some of the boys and saying, like, you know, Moyes never really got a chance, but, you know, he was never, I don't think he really had the capability to manage Manchester United. I thought Van Gaal getting sacked after the FA Cup win was a bit harsh. So, you know, it's been ups and downs in Mourinho. Like, I've heard a few of the other boys talking about his press conferences. I don't like the fact that, you know, he used to make it about himself. But when you employ someone like Mourinho, you know he's going to try and, all the spotlight's always going to try and be on him. Do you know what I mean? Even though he is manager of Manchester United. You know, the football was dire, especially this season. As you know, and some of the other guys know, that watching the stuff, I've stopped going Old Trafford, even though I'd pay for my ticket every month. Yeah, there's a few, but you know, just the football really, mate. I think that's all I've got on him, really. Football and the fact that he made it about himself all the time.
Yeah, no, and listen, those are both very valid things about reasons to be upset about a manager, that you're managing the biggest club in the world, a club that is bigger than just one player, one manager, one anything, and he did make it all about himself, and he made it all about himself regularly.
Yeah, all the time. That, like the way he sniped at players all the time. You know, like he called Pogba a virus. He openly. You know, I don't know, mate. It all just sort of went wrong.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the first couple of seasons, you know, he won the Europa League. Fair play to him. Do you know what I mean? You can't take that away from him. I know it's only like the Mickey Mouse European Cup, but you know, we never had it. He completed the set for us. I don't know. Yeah, like I say, it just went wrong for him. I respect him though for, you know, people are hounding him outside his house now, and he won't say a bad word about the club. So. I'm
guessing probably due to legal ramification is just my guess. I guess that when you get terminated from a club, you probably aren't allowed to legally say anything for at least X amount of time, because like we're just now starting to hear a little bit from Van Gaal about, you know, some of his displeasures, like we've been hearing over the last year. Yeah. So, but he in fairness, I will say this about Mourinho: he has been very professional. All throughout his career, I don't think he's really ever said any bad word about any former club.
Yeah, it's like it with Chelsea as well. He's never really slagged Chelsea off that much, has he? If I'm honest. What?
So no, she gave me a thumbs up. I like it.
she's gagging to get on. Look at her. Go and sit down. Sorry.
It's all good, man. I love it. I love it. So my next question for you then is, so you kind of gave me the answer, but where did it all go wrong for you? And where did you finally hit your point of like, you know what, enough's enough?
Obviously Newcastle was a big one, wasn't it? I watched the derby in a pub. Do you know what? It was a derby, the away derby this season, really, I think. You know, we went there. We never looked like giving it a go. I'm sat in a pub like full of City fans, and they're just like, "That's it, mate, for me. I can't go to the Etihad and sit behind the ball and just expect to be beat." Do you know what I mean? It's not what you do. Liverpool was last week as well. Do you know what I mean? Sunday was a big one. I just got sick of losing big games, I think.
And this season particularly. Like this season,
massively,
particularly, we struggled against the top six. Like last year, we actually had a relatively decent record against the top six. But
exactly.
This year, It was just we didn't win a match against the top 6.
Do you know what I mean? We've lost to Spurs, we lost to Liverpool, we've lost to City, we drew with Arsenal,
then we drew with Chelsea,
and we drew with Chelsea. It's not good enough, is it? You know what I mean?
We should have, and let's be real, we probably should have beat Chelsea.
Yeah. It comes from confidence as well. I think like if you don't believe in yourself, then you're not going to achieve anything. Do you know what I mean? So when Mourinho is coming out and saying all this negative stuff about certain players, then you're not going to get anywhere because they don't believe in themselves.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I think the players just lost confidence in themselves. I honestly think a lot of it really does come down to the fact that players just weren't happy not only with the style of football, but they weren't happy with themselves because of the style of play they were being forced to play.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
They weren't happy with what was going on. And it's just unfortunate. And it's happened everywhere Mourinho's gone in his tenure.
Mm-hmm. It's that third season kills him off. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's because he gets found out by other teams. I don't know. Maybe that's why he's not doing so well anymore, because people know how to play against his teams. You know, it's a well thought. You know, it's a well known fact that he likes big teams. You know, big, tall, strong players as a squad. And maybe he's just been found out. I don't know.
Well, in all reality, in the modern game, the best way to counter big, tall, strong players, because typically they're not the fastest, is to build a relatively small, fast team.
Exactly.
And I've seen it with what City's doing, with what Liverpool's doing, with what all these big clubs are doing. They don't have the biggest of players, but certainly do have some of the fastest out there.
Exactly. But you look what our history is built on. It's built on fast build up, pace, wide. It's never been big, tall, strong. It's the Premier League, isn't it? It's what the Premier League's built on: pace, power. I don't know. Maybe when Mourinho came to the Premier League with Chelsea and then started building this massive team, people didn't know how to deal with it. That's where he won his trophies, and now people have found him out.
Yeah, no, and I do agree with that. I think people just wound up finding him out. So, my last question for you, brother, is this: What do you think of Ole being hired? What are you most excited about having him here? And what are your expectations for him?
You know what? I'm happy that he's there. I'm not asked. People are saying, "Oh, he lost 16 games with Cardiff." He got Cardiff relegated. But I heard Harry Redknapp on 5 Live, I think yesterday, say you can't win leagues with bad players. Do you know what I mean? He's proved it. I know it's Norway. I know it's a Norwegian league, but he's gone to Norway. He's dominated with Mulder over there because that's the best players in that league. You know what I mean? So if he's going to come to United, it's ingrained in him. He's absolutely ingrained in him. United is ingrained in him. He talks about Fergie all the time. He still calls him boss. Do you know what I mean? So I think he's going to come in and he's just going to get the players motivated.
Yeah.
He's going to want to play attacking football because that's all he knows. He tried it with Cardiff, got battered because he had an awful team. Even though Cardiff were losing, it was still positive. Do you know what I mean? They still kept giving it a go. I have no expectations. I'm just happy that everyone else is happy, and I think that's what they've gone for. They've gone, right, let's get Ollie in. Everyone loves Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's doing what he usually does. He's coming in, and then he's going to go off again. Just like he did when he played for us. He'll come on, score a few goals, and off he pops again. You know what I mean? So, if he gets us into Europa League, fair play. I mean, I can't see us being in the top 4 because I think we're a bit far behind. Squad wise, I think we're a bit far behind. I think we've got 1 or 2 decent players compared to their 7 or 8 players in the top 4. I don't have any expectations. I'm just happy that we got someone that everyone likes, and the negativity should stop. Really.
Honestly, I think as long as we start seeing some positive attacking football, I think a lot of this whole, he's not the right guy. Like, there's some people that honestly are like, he's not the right guy, even though I'm like, he's just the interim guy while we look for the real guy. Why are we getting all upset about, hiring somebody that is just going to be here for probably 5 months, if that?
Exactly. It's a win-win. It's a win-win for United. Do you know what I mean? Like, he comes in, he doesn't do well. All right, where are we now? Do you know what I mean? It don't matter. Or he comes in, he does well, gets us into Europe, stabilises the club, rallies the fans, get a new guy in.
Yeah.
There's nothing to lose.
No, there really isn't. There's nothing to lose with the way that this is all going to go. Like it's just the truth. And like I look at the Ollie hire, and I'm just like, you could see just even I didn't even get the chance to hear any words that came out of his mouth, but you could see it in his face that he's just so excited to just be here.
Oh, he's buzzing. He said it for years. I mean, he's always said that he wants the United job. Even though it's 5 months, he's going to absolutely love it. And then one day, he might even return as the permanent guy. Do you know what I mean? In a couple of years, but we have to see what happens, won't we?
I mean, honestly, you never know what can happen. Like, let's put it this way: the team all of a sudden start playing well. We finish. Maybe we actually do finish in the top 4.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put this. This is my honest belief: if we finish in the top 4, if we come close to or win the Champions League, and we have a really good FA Cup run and potentially win that, how are you going to get rid of him?
Well, I think they've already thought about this, mate. They paid 1.8 million quid for him now for 5 months, and they've got it was on Sky Sports today. They've got a deal in place for a 7.8 million buyout for him to be permanent manager. So
I did see that, yeah. So I mean, it is genius. It's genius that if that is going to be what happens, I mean, basically it gives him all the incentive of like, hey, you do well, we'll probably bring you on permanently. But for now, I honestly believe that it's probably going to be Pochettino up next. It really does have that feeling, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it does. I'd take Poch as well. I said that Monday when we was on last. I'd take Poch all day long over anyone else, mate, to be fair.
The way that he does things, man, it really does remind me a lot of Sir Alex. Even his press conferences remind me a bit of Sir Alex, just the way that he's kind of liked by the media. He's really not a very he's not very aggressive towards them like Mourinho was. I honestly think that he fits the mold of what a Manchester United manager should be.
Yeah, so it's like the guy conducts himself so well. It's like today, are you buying players in January? No, mate, got no money. Didn't whinge, got no money. Sam, next question. Do you know what I mean? Where Mourinho, what? Any water? Saving for January. Do you know what I mean? That sort of stuff is negative. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it'd be my first pick every day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And honestly, the one thing that I will say is something that we haven't talked about yet, and it's something that Drawdy did bring up. I really do think that Sir Alex is going to have a lot of say in what is going on during this whole bit of a 5 months.
Of course
I really do.
The guy put his life and soul into Manchester United for like 30 years. Do you know what I mean? So to watch us crumble into nothing must be soul destroying. Do you know what I mean? Like the guy has put so much into it, and he's just watching it fall apart. So I'd want him to have a say. Give him a say. Yeah.
No, I agree. I completely agree. Give Sir Alex all the say in everything. You could be like, I don't care. Like, I don't care if he was the one. Like, it was the dream, and we even talked about it, to have him come back and
give him the job. Give him anything he wants.
Yeah, give him the interim manager job. It's something that we actually. I mean, that happened with Bayern Munich last year. I was like, come on, Fergie. We know you can do it. Like,
that's it.
Come back for a little bit.
that's hang on. Shh. Sorry. More kids are joining in.
It's dude, it really is all good. It's really cute. I don't mind. So, but man, honestly, we were basically wrapping it up with you anyways. So
yeah, Sam.
Carl, genuinely, thanks for joining me, man. And
thanks for the invite again, man.
I might as well ask anything you want to shout out?
No, just roll on Saturday afternoon.
Let him talk. I just got to let him talk.
Go on. What did you say? What did I teach you the day? What did I teach you? What did I say?
Berbatov.
Berbatov. Yeah, that's right, buddy.
It's a camera, mate. Right, I'll catch you boys in a bit. I'll let you get off.
All right, bro. Catch you later.
Thanks for the invite, mate. See you in a bit, pal. See you in a bit, mate.
Later. Well, that was a fun way to end that, wasn't it, guys? That was really adorable. I'm sure I like that one, Shane. I'm pretty sure he thinks Andrew's Santa. That's pretty good. So let's see. Matthew, if you're out there, man, feel free to call me literally anytime. Literally anytime. But right now, I'm going to be trying to get on my good friend, Craig. Let's see if I can't. Hotmail. All right, guys, let's see if we can't get this. But honestly, that was a kid's takeover at the end, wasn't it? Mystery exclusive. Carl has the whole daycare. That was really cute. We had all the kids hop in at the stream at the end. I really like that. That was cute. But European Santa has a white beard. It's true, Jay Hart. It's true. It's true. But guys, that was a fantastic call. I love getting to hear from my buddy Carl and getting to see all his kids. That was really cute. But guys, we're now joined by the one and the only, my good friend Craig. Craig, how you doing, brother?
All good, mate. All good. You?
Oh man, I'm about as excited could be. You know, Mourinho is finally gone. We've been bitching about him for way too long, and we get the optimism of getting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back here at Manchester United.
And he's got the lad behind him that he wants as well, isn't it? So positive all around there.
Yeah, exactly. So, Craig, you know I got some questions for you, brother.
Crack on.
My first question for you is, what was your favorite Mourinho moment during his time at Manchester United?
Him getting a sack.
Like I said, it's fair. It's fair if that's what people's opinion is.
No, I'm only joking. Winning the Europa League.
Okay. Craig running around naked to celebrate comments. I like it. Yes. Listen, this is a PG-3, brother.
I think winning the Europa Cup, because that finished off our cabinet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing really. Signing Ibrahimovic.
That was a good one.
Yeah. That's it, really. I can't really think of anything else that really stands out that he's done for us, really.
No. I mean, in all honesty, winning the Europa League, that 3-2 win against City, and, the 4-0 FC run was really fun, too. I will say that 4-0 FC one was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, my personal favorite moment was probably the 4-0 FC run that we had at the beginning of the year. That was a fun time where we were thinking that, we could possibly win the league.
How wrong were we?
Yeah, I know, right? That's a bit of an understatement. But, Owen, listen, man, we got a Liverpool fan in here. I don't mind. I love having all fans in here. But
it's all right,
Mourinho's gone, brother. Mourinho's gone. We got renewed optimism. But that was – you guys deserve the clap for that game. You guys didn't even really get out of first gear, and you kicked the crap out of us. It's just the truth.
Easy. They made easy work of us.
Yeah. But
no more.
Matthew, feel free to call me on Skype anytime you want. I see that you're back. Feel free to call me literally anytime on Skype. I'll get you back on. So, Craig.
Yeah, man.
My next question for you, brother, then, is what was your least favorite moment during Mourinho's time here at Manchester United?
Benching favourite players, I think. I think the way he treated our players, Pogba, Bailly, Fred Pereira, offered them the world, gave them nothing really, did he? I think the big losses, are against Tottenham, against Liverpool. I think this season, really, because we haven't won against a big club this year, have we? Really?
Nope. We actually just talked about that. It was like we had 2 draws and 3 losses to the top 6.
Is that good enough for Manchester United? No. Do you know what I mean?
No. Like, it's just that's just the truth, bro. It is. It's just the truth that That's not good enough for Manchester United. By the way, you're getting Matthew a little bit excited with the robe. He said he comes back to Craig wearing a robe. Big oof. I like it.
Mate, it's like 8 o'clock at night.
Makes you look like a fun grandpa.
I'm a bad grandpa.
But
yeah, are you feeling better, by the way?
I mean, my stomach's actually hurting me today. It's been kind of like the gurgles, you know. So I'm not drinking today.
Is that because you've had nothing to eat? Is that because you've had nothing to eat, or
no? I did eat some oatmeal. I got some bread in just to try and like settle everything down. I mean, I still feel a lot better than I did midweek, but
yeah,
it's kind of lingering, and you know, but that's why we're only drinking water today.
Yeah.
So, but Craig, I got another question for you.
Go for it, mate. Fire him away.
What was the moment that made you finally turn on Mourinho? What was that, you know, the ugly moment?
What, the moment that I wanted him gone?
Yeah.
When we lost against Spurs.
At the beginning of this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
That concreted it.
Longer than a lot of people.
That concreted it.
I mean, so what was it about the Tottenham result that really made you finally?
The way we buckled. The way that we buckled. And then same again. We just didn't have a game plan. And then Tottenham I think they put 2 quick goals past us, wasn't it? I think it was Lucas Moura.
In the second half? Yeah.
Yeah. And we just buckled. And we had nothing. Same against Liverpool, like last week. We had nothing. And hopefully Ole Gunnar can bring that little bit something back, you know?
Yeah. By the way, I like this comment from Wesker for life. You look like ravishing Rick Rude. Cut the music while I take my robe off.
Ooh, yeah.
That was some classic right there. We talked about
classic. We cool.
That was classic. But so, Craig, I've obviously got one last question for you, bro, because we got to make sure to bring the optimism back. And I'm so excited for Ollie to be back and Manchester United. So my question for you is, what are you most excited about having Ollie back as manager? And lastly, what are your expectations for him?
What we've got to remember is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was in probably the most attacking team, Man United team we've ever had. Four fantastic strikers, a brilliant midfield, you know, and a brilliant defence and a brilliant keeper. He was a part of that, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. So hopefully he can just bring what he knows. I've seen a couple of interviews that he's had when he was with his other team, and when he was at Cardiff. He likes attacking football, and that's what we've been wanting for over a year now. And hopefully he can bring it for 6 months, and then hopefully the next manager does exactly the same. You know, because that's all we want, don't we? We just want attacking, we want attractive football, you know, and we want goals. You know,
we want the fun back.
Yeah, we want that fun back. You know, we want Old Trafford to be, you know, a palace again. You know, a loud palace, not this library that it has turned into a couple of times.
Yeah. I mean, it's there have been times because I mean I watch every single game, and I have the volume on, and I'm like I'm especially now. Actually, believe it or not, it's actually louder sometimes. It's not even surprising when we go to away games and when we're at home.
I'm not gonna lie, we was at Liverpool and we were quiet. I think I thought we were really quiet at Liverpool. In that game. I thought we were really quiet, and hopefully we go to Cardiff and we blow the roof off it. You know what I mean? Mm. We are that 12th man. You know, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Cardiff, and I'm looking forward to Huddersfield, because a lot of the guys on here probably watching now are going to the Huddersfield game on Boxing Day.
I know of at least 2 right now. Mr. Exclusive and Matthew McFadden is now.
Yeah. And then there's a couple of others. Sophie and Georgia go in. and a couple of others, so it'd be good again.
Yeah.
People are looking forward to going and watching Man United again. I'm looking forward to enjoying my season ticket again.
Yeah.
And hopefully he can do this for 6 months, and then who knows? There is a possibility that there is a talk that he could stay on, isn't there? There is talks that he could stay on. But if he does well in the 6 months and he brings this attacking mind in football and gets us points and makes us climb to fourth, and we finish fourth, and he impresses us in the Champions League, and I don't see why I wouldn't want him to carry on. You know what I mean? Like if it takes longer for Manchester United to find another manager in these 6 months, and he gets, I don't know, maybe another 6 months or say a year, who knows? They're all possibilities, aren't they? That they're all options, I guess, for Manchester United at this moment of time.
Well, right now the options. I mean, let's be real. Unless we're talking about like trying to take a manager from Real Madrid or take a manager from Barcelona, like try to take another, like take somebody from one of the other biggest clubs in the world. Yeah. I mean, Manchester United's the biggest job in the world. You could make
it is the biggest job in the world, and we've had 3 managers now that have failed.
Mm-hmm.
So, and don't get me wrong, Jose's gone, but now he's gone, I won't slate him because he's not Manchester United manager no more. I've got to put that out there. I won't slate him no more. He's nothing to do with Manchester United now.
Wish him the best. Like, honestly,
Yeah. Wish him all the best. Like he said, Man United will carry on without him. He will carry on without Manchester United. I'm happy if he finds another job. But yeah, stay away from Man United.
I can see him going a couple of different places, but like what we talked about, like I actually was messaging somebody at the beginning of this because they were saying, isn't doing a party a bit disrespectful to somebody losing their job? And I was like, listen, this isn't a party to say like, hey, we're really happy Mourinho's gone. Like, don't get me wrong, we're happy Mourinho's gone, but this is more just to celebrate. Hey, he didn't just do all bad at Manchester United. Yeah. He did good stuff.
Yeah,
he did bad stuff. And he did stuff that ultimately made it, so we turned on him.
Don't get me wrong. When he was sacked, I was shocked. But then I feel I was a little bit upset because I had so much promise for him to succeed when he first signed the contract. Mm-hmm. And when he come, it was Jose Mourinho, the Jose I thought that was at Madrid, that was at Chelsea, the banter, the one that got underneath managers' skins, the one that got the wins, but we didn't get that Jose, and his time was up, and obviously, and we all know that he rode his luck at Manchester United with the decisions he made, with the scores with the results that he got, and I just wish him all the luck, and now we've just got to look onto this little Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era.
Yeah,
for 6 months.
Let's just, and I'm going to say it.
I'm rolling with the punches, baby.
so genuinely, I want you guys to hear me when I say this. I'm not going to be critical of Ollie during his time here.
No,
he got a short tenure. He's going to be here for 5 months, more than likely, 6 months tops. And at the end of that tenure, we'll thank him for what he did, no matter what. Like, the only thing that he has to do is not get us relegated.
All he's here for is to boost the morale of the club, to get attacking football back. If he gets Lukaku scoring, that is enough for me.
Yeah.
If he gets the Lukaku that was at Everton or at West Brom, he's done enough for me already.
Yeah. No, I agree. If we can get Lukaku, if he can get Lukaku to lose some weight and improve on a couple different things,
yeah.
Listen, I've got no problem.
And if Lukaku can't learn off of him, then who can he learn off? Do you know what I mean? Because you're looking at one of the best strikers that have played for Man United. Well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's an open book, Man United now. We're an open book. You know, we could either go two ways now.
So I actually thought of one last question that I got for you.
Go for it. Go for it, dude.
We'll head off and we'll get somebody else on.
Yeah.
So with Ollie being here, and he knows the history of this club. He knows what it takes to be Manchester United, and he knows what the heritage of this club is.
Yeah.
Do you think that he is going to play people like Mason Greenwood, Tahith Chong, and Angel Gomez during his short tenure here?
I would like to say yes. I would like to say yes, he would use him. But
I'm not saying by the way.
Has he got time to do that? Has he got time to utilize these young lads? Has he got time? Is 6 months enough to use them?
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe if we pick up injuries, like when who is it? Martial got injured. We introduced Rashford, didn't we?
Yeah.
You know, maybe that kind of situation. Then we may bring in some of the young guns, but who knows? I'll be happy if, you know, Greenwood just gets a couple of games. You know, just him.
Yeah, just a couple sub appearances.
Yeah. You know, I'm happy for I'm easy with any player to come on as long as they do the job.
Yeah,
that's it. As long as they don't look like Matic or McTominay.
As long as they're not slowing down the field of play, and we're just
I reckon Matic could get dropped.
It'll be interesting to see what his lineup will be on the weekend. I really am interested in seeing what that's going to be.
I reckon it's going to be a fast-moving Manchester United squad.
I hope so. I really do. I'm not going to hold out any expectations for what the lineup is.
No.
We're going to make our best guess.
Yeah,
and
that's all we can do.
We'll see, because I think that he's just basically going to put out the best 11 that he thinks that he's got. I think that's going to be what this is going to be. And end of the day, as long as we go out there and we show some fight and passion, I'm going to be excited for watching that game.
Yeah, I'm buzzing for it.
So
absolutely buzzing.
Well, Craig,
all right, dude,
joining me, my friend. I really do appreciate it.
No worries, dude.
You know, we'll get you back on again really, really soon, brother.
Yeah, no worries, mate. All right. Talk to you soon.
Later, bro.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So let's try and get Matthew back on here. Matthew's under pressure now, guys.
Morning.
And he's back. Guys.
He's back, everyone.
He's back. So, guys, it's officially time to open it up again, because I had a little bit of a line, a little bit of a cue. Does anybody want to call in? Does anybody want to have their say? Because I'm willing to be live for as much as 4 hours today. If you guys want to have the chance to have your say, all I need from you is to either DM me with either your Google Hangout, if you want to be on camera, your email that you use, or give me your Skype ID, or you could put it in here. I don't care either way how you do it. But I'm willing to be live as long as you guys want me here. So we basically hung around a good number for a long period of time here. So feels like things are going good. But so Matthew, how was your trip to Manchester that you just took?
It was not bad. It was quite fast, you know.
Yeah. I mean, did you at least get to smack Jose in the back of the head?
No, I didn't. He's off to London. Idiot.
Dang it. I'm sorry, Matthew. You missed out on an opportunity there.
I think get to you, Brandon.
But I mean, in all seriousness, though, I mean, Matthew, you got to hear some of these comments. I mean, just want to ask. I mean, has there been anything anybody's mentioned that you want to add to any of your lists right now?
I'm not sure, really. I think I came back when about halfway through Craig's call, and it was again talking about Ole, what he's going to bring to the team. I put in the comments a starting 11 of what I think we could see against Cardiff.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like you said, it's complete guesswork. And to be honest, that's really the most fun thing about it. We know that it's not going to be a midfield three of Matic, Herrera, McTominay, or those kind of players, but should be a fun one.
It's going to be interesting to see what the lineup will be with Ole being in charge. Like, it really is going to be. Like, I don't know if we're going to get, like, a really young, fast lineup. Because, like you mentioned, Tahith Chong isn't playing right now. Like, it's really, really interesting. Really interesting. So
don't be too surprised if you see guys like Smalling in the team.
Oh, I've
because
got
of when
no.
he used to be at Man United.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I genuinely, I have no expectations. I don't. I'm not going into this game with any expectations other than the fact that I just want to see the squad against Cardiff look like they're enjoying playing the game.
Exactly, and that's what we want to see. Like, we've just been so starved of any enjoyment this whole season. And like, there's times where, especially yesterday when I was spending the night in uni, less said about that the better. There'd be times where I'd just be stressed out my head, and then, as corny as that sounds, I sort of think to myself, "Oh, we've got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as manager," and I just put a big smile on my face.
Yeah. Honestly, like I'm just excited to see what he is going to bring to the squad, to everybody. You know, it's going to be interesting. No matter how you look at it, it's going to be interesting. Whatever is going to be coming up, it will be. So.
Something else that's interesting is Alexis Sanchez. How quickly he comes back from this injury.
I mean, yeah.
Some people speculate that it's an injury, but he's kind of extended it because of Mourinho. So if Solskjaer comes in and says to him, "Look, we're going to give you some chances here," he might have his head turned a little bit. But then again, the sell sale in January.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, I'm still okay with selling Alexis Sanchez. I mean, ultimately, while I was excited to get him here, I didn't necessarily want him here. You know, like I think we even talked about that.
It was a tactical signing that he didn't want a rival team to get him, so he thought, right, I'll have him. Doesn't matter how little I play him; it just means that they are not strengthened. Which you can kind of understand, but at least use them, and at least. Well, I'm not complaining about him not using them because he used them too much in last season, but at least try and fit him into the team where you're actually going to be effective. It's like Fred, for example. I think he was another Alexis Sanchez in terms of Man City wanted him. So Mourinho thought, okay, you're not getting him.
And ultimately, I do think that you're right, because I think that Fred. I think that Fred probably was more like, hey, you know what, Manchester United are calling. Let's go there. Because Manchester City, yeah, cool, but like, am I really going to get that much game time?
Exactly. But he'd probably be the long term, to Fernandinho, but still, considering he's still at the top level, he's not going to get many other games. But to be fair, he probably thought he was going to get a hatful of games at United, but he's just got none.
Yeah.
It's worse than what Mickey was in his first season when he was signed. Because we all remember that. He barely started any Premier League games up until January, but would play in every Europa League game for some reason. But it's even worse now.
Well, so with the possibility of the Europa League, I do want to talk about that for a second. Let's say that we only get to the top six, because I do think that's probably realistic. I think top six is realistic. Yeah. Do you think that the next manager will prioritize the Europa League like Mourinho did?
Nope.
So just then my next question for you would be, what are they going to do? Is he going to play the youth, whoever the next manager is? What do you think is going to happen?
If there's one good thing about the Man United boards, right, is that they will happily spend a ton of money when they're not in the Champions League that season, just to make sure that kit sponsor rule where they can't be in the, or if they're not in the Champions League for 2 seasons, the money that they get is loads. So I think if we're not in the Champions League next season, which the chances are we won't be, expect some huge signings or expect a lot of money to be splashed. So hopefully, if you've got the likes of Pochettino's manager, that can be an absolutely world-class combination.
Oh, Pochettino with money seems kind of scary, doesn't it?
Because, like I said, a few weeks ago when we were talking about potential future managers, Pochettino hasn't fully convinced me. However, more than happy to say for the last few weeks my head's been completely turned. I wouldn't say, I don't know if he'd be my first choice, but joint first, if you like.
And
the guy had no money in the summer. Not a single pound spent. Didn't sell anyone, didn't sign anyone. And he's third place in the league. Only 6 points behind Liverpool. Yeah, they're not going to win the league title, but still, like, his man management is arguably what's best about him.
Yeah.
Which was the complete opposite of Jose.
Honestly, I've never heard a player say a bad word about Mauricio Pochettino. Ever. Like, there's been no player that has ever complained about the way that he runs a game, the way that he does things, the way that he basically encourages the players. But I don't know. I'm going to be interested to see who's going to be the next manager, especially with the excitement of what next year will bring, no matter what. So,
same terms of who it's going to be, it's probably going to be Zidane or Poch. I feel like that's going to be narrowed down now.
Yeah.
But either way.
Yeah. Like, sorry, guys. I'm trying to read some messages real quick because I got a couple people messaging. Shane, it's all good, man.
Thoughts on all his interview. Absolutely sensational.
So actually, you know, I want to ask you about that while we're live. I mean, you got to watch his first ever interview as it was happening. So, I mean, what do you think? What did he say? And, you know, what are the highlights of what he said?
It was pretty much, think of what Jose's done at Man United in terms of his policies. Completely flipped that around, and that's what he got. He's talked about how he's going to put his team first as opposed to focusing on the opposition, which again is positive. He's talked about the PSG clash, saying it's going to be a massive opportunity for us, can't wait to play it. Which you can never dream of Jose Mourinho saying that. He's actually up for playing against PSG with such a morally depleted squad like that. To me, that just shows, again, I'm not going to get ahead of myself and say this guy's the greatest manager to ever live. Of course not. In terms of managerial quality, he's a bit average, but at least if we're going to get that mindset in us, it's just going to be so much better than watching the absolute shite that Jose Mourinho gave us every week.
That is a bit of an understatement, isn't it? Like,
it's to the point now where I just didn't celebrate my United goals.
I remember us talking about that.
As soon as it went in, I just thought, oh, cool, nice. Even the goal against Liverpool, it was like, oh yeah, it's cool, we scored against Liverpool, get in, but you know, I know what's coming next. They're going to win 3-1, and he did.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to handle the media, how he's going to handle everything. Honestly, I think that as long as he brings positivity, I think that there's going to be no complaints from any Manchester United fan during his short tenure here.
Oh no, like everyone said, our expectations are non-existent pretty much. All we want to see is just some kind of encouragement.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, with Chong not being in the squad for this under-23s game, it could mean that he might play.
Oh, dude, could you imagine?
But at least on the bench. That, for Solskjaer's first match, is just a massive statement of intent, what he's trying to do in this short space of time. But what Craig said is also true as well. You can't expect all the youngsters to play every single game.
Yeah, nor should we be.
That Reading game is going to be a good one because we'll probably see the likes of Chong, Gomez, Greenwood, Garner, those sorts of players. Even if some of them are coming off the bench, we'll treat that as an opportunity just to say, some of you young guys out there are going to get a game. Just enjoy yourself and do your best. Whereas Mourinho would see that as, I'm going to get the squad players in. And that's a complete difference between those two people. And it's because Solskjaer understands exactly what this club's all about.
And you're absolutely right. He does. He does understand everything about what Manchester United's about. And that's just, in my opinion, the reason why it's a good hire. It's a good hire to bring in a guy that understands what Manchester United is supposed to be about. And I love Carl because he's like, I can't wait to use my ticket again because I know that he's it's been a struggle to go to matches for season ticket holders. I know it has been. I know it's been.
Oh, as soon as Mourinho got sacked, I got a ticket for the game. Like it was.
I wish I could join you, man.
Be so much better. What's that?
I wish I could join you.
I mean, it's a bit hard considering you're.
That's what she said.
Quite a few miles away.
I mean,
no, that atmosphere for that game should be absolutely unreal. It's his first home game.
It's gonna be buzzing, man.
So good.
It's gonna be like it's guaranteed. It's gonna be just absolutely buzzing from minute 1 to minute 90. You're gonna hear people excited for the first time in quite a while.
It'll just be 90 minutes of ole, ole, ole.
Could you imagine, Matthew? I would expect you to lead that chant.
I tell you what, I will. I know what I'm gonna do. Pitch invade. I'll just get on the pitch, scream ole, 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 and everyone's going to go nuts.
You know what? I mean, if you're not going to get arrested, do it. I'm going to go with if you're not going to get arrested, do it. Maybe try and work something out. You know, I know you got them connections. So
I'll give the steward the poster. That's what I'll do. I'll bribe them.
Yes.
Say here, right? I know that's something dodgy, but he gets something in return.
Listen, I mean, sometimes you just got to turn the other way, you know?
Exactly.
You gotta not pay attention and just, you know, whatever happens after you look away, it happened. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. It's my bad. My bad. So, but guys, real quick, because if we're not going to be getting anybody else to call in, we're probably going to wrap it up here soon. But as anybody else wants to call in, you know, either drop me a DM, message me here. All you need to have is, if you don't want to be on video, Skype. And if you want to be on video, Google Hangout. Just message me and let me know. Because I would love to get more people on to be able to have your say on the questions. So, Pegaz, just like I was just saying, DM me, and you know we'll see what we can do. Or if you want to put your Skype ID into the chat here, you're more than welcome to. So I obviously want to give everybody a chance to have their say if they want to have it. So, because I mean, Matthew and I could probably sit here and talk about everything going on for quite a long time.
We'll just do a 24-hour stream.
We could probably just do it.
Don't even need to talk about United, just anything in general.
Yeah, I mean, we could just continue carrying on. Nick Archer, good to see you in here, man. If I'm pretty sure this is your first time, so I'm happy to have you, bro. Flex is on the stand live right. Yes, he is. I know that the United Stand is live right now. I typically don't do this where I'm. I know that they did a premiere video today, but I typically don't go live at the same time as the United Stand. But this is one where I was like, I'm going to make an exception because I did want to get your guys's, you know, your input. I wanted to get what you guys have to say about my questions out. It's your choice. You come on the red.
Jay Hart asked what's happening to under 23's game. It's still 1-0.
It is still 1-0. Yeah, it's just kind of been back and forth.
Yeah.
AF, it's all good, man. So, Peg, guys, the only reason why I need yours is because I do have Matthew joining me right now. So if you DM me, DM me your Skype ID, and I will get you added onto the show, and we'll get you asked these questions, brother. But AF, it's all good, man. I'm happy that you're able to be here and just, you know, talk with us.
Don't worry, my English is terrible as well.
I mean, let's be honest.
Up north,
everybody's English is terrible.
That's true.
And Nick, I did not see Ollie's first interview. Matthew did. I was live during the time that it like literally premiered, so it's kind of hard to, you know, catch on and hear everything.
There's a few Twitter accounts here and they're posting like updates of what he said, so you can just check there. But no, it was just so good seeing him like actually getting interviewed as the Man United manager. Like this last few days have just been probably the best we've had since the Europa League win, or maybe the Man City match.
Yeah, honestly, like it's nice to have a bit of positivity back, isn't it?
Because that day that he got sacked, I think I woke up about 5 minutes after the news. And the first thing I heard was my dad saying, check the news. And it was at that point there was genuine adrenaline because I thought it's actually going to happen. And I checked on Twitter and loads of people saying, "Oh my God, he's actually gone." And then
it's hard to believe it's real, isn't it?
Just yeah, it's just relief more than anything because he just sucked the life out of us.
Bam. So real quick, so Pancaz, I'm about to message you, but real quick. So Dan, I've seen you saying that you'll DM me later. Dude, if you want to get on the show now, you're more than welcome to. I'd love to have you on for this show if you wanted to have your say. I mean, I'm willing, like I said, I'm willing to go live for as long as 4 hours today. You know, I'm not feeling great, but it doesn't mean that I can't still be live with you guys and let you guys have the chance to talk. So, but Pancaz, I'm literally just about to call you right now. Bam. Soph, good to see you in here. You guys want King Arthur? All right. Yeah, we'll get King Arthur. Yeah, I was on radio silence for a while. But watch. Nick, it's all good, Nick. It's all good. But Pops, you want to come say hi to the people? I know you were excited Mourinho was gone. He was, in all honesty,
bumped his face off.
Arthur was more concerned about Dad because Dad was pretty sick the day that Mourinho got fired. So I don't blame him for not being overly excited, but you know. But I think that Pancaz, are you here, brother?
I think he's in the call, but I don't hear him.
Yeah, I see him in the call, but I don't hear him either.
Yeah.
So, but guys, I'm gonna get Arthur. Arthur's literally dead asleep right now. He's on the bed next to me, and he's just like dead, absolutely dead. Which, by the way, just so you guys know, Derby just scored.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I was busy trying to see what's going on with Pancaz, but you know, I'm getting ready to watch the goal. So it looks like they came down the left. Oh, that was. I mean, Matthew, you saw that too. I mean, that was.
I didn't even see the goal going in.
So basically, what happened is he put in a cross, the keeper misread it, and it went over his head and it went into the goal.
Oof. I guess I beg you.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad one. But Matthew, I'm digging the poster, bro.
Well, thank you very much.
So Matthew,
I'll probably put it in the store in the next couple of days.
I honestly do it as soon as you can, because it's an Ollie poster and it looks absolutely fantastic. But Pancaz, if you are in here, man, I can't hear you, so I'm going to give you a couple more seconds, but then we're probably going to have to cut you off, man.
See, I'm kind of pissed that Ole wasn't hired as manager like a week ago, because it means I can put the poster up and I get Christmas orders. But I've just had I'm shipping the last one tomorrow, which is a bit of a shame, but, you know, what can you do?
That's all, by the way, so I just saw Dan say that he doesn't have a Skype or Google Hangout. It's all good, man. It really is. It's all good. If you want to set one up for later, that's good. Yeah, Noel, the interview, from everything that Mr. McFadden told me, it sounded like a fantastic interview.
Oh, it was. It was like the best of the post-Fergie interviews. And to be fair, Mourinho's first interview was brilliant. Like, he hit the nail on the head with everything. But it's just a shame that he never lived up to that. Because he was talking about, this team isn't going to be full of square pegs and round holes. Yeah, he's still got Valencia playing. He's still got Ashley Young playing in a weird position. He's just playing plays completely out of position, and that's the first thing, or one of the main things that he addressed in that first press conference.
So if I know that you've got me on Twitter. So if you DM me your Skype information, if you wanted to get in here, you're more than welcome to call in. I want to get everybody's opinion on what's going on, because I've got 4 questions for you. What was your favorite moment under the Mourinho tenure? What was your least favorite moment of the Mourinho tenure? Where did it all go wrong for you? Basically, when did you decide you were Mourinho out? And lastly, what are you most excited for about Ollie being here? Yeah, as of right now, I haven't get set up Skype or Google. So it's okay, guys. So if we will do this again at some point. We will get people on like this because I mean we've been live for almost 2 hours, anyways. So I mean we are kind of starting to run a little bit long here. We basically had 20 viewers live the entire time, which I'm just blessed to have you guys here and just listen to an American and a Scotsman talk about Manchester United. You know, we're lucky to have you guys here. So.
See if Ole gets into the top 4, which you take him as permanent manager.
It's hard for me to answer that one because I think top 4 isn't quite good enough. I think it would depend, though. I think it would depend on how we look getting to the top 4. I mean, is that fair?
Yeah, it's fair.
I mean, like,
I think because right now we're so far off top 4, I think if any manager gets top 4, then they've done one hell of a job. But then again, are you going to turn down Pochettino or Zidane?
I don't think you can. I mean, the way that the only reason why I'm kind of like lenient on saying absolutely not to like, you know, to not bringing him in if he finishes top 4 is because, like, at the end of the day, if he finishes top 4, we come close in the Champions League and we come close to winning the FA Cup. That's a pretty solid run, you know?
To be fair, that's probably... It wouldn't be successful because obviously no trophies or no challenging for trophies, but considering the circumstances, I think anyone would say that.
Which, by the way, Noel brought up a good point, too, that Greenwood isn't in this squad either. So that's a hell of an interesting point. I was actually born in Liverpool. Now that's cool, Wolverine. Wolverine said that he was born in Liverpool, but his granddad raised him to be a Manchester United fan. So, Nick, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you for turning on the notifications. Yeah, guys, if you want to be able to, you know, make sure to catch me live.
Hello.
Pankaj, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good to hear you, man. All right, so Pankaj, I'm happy to talk to you. You're here, you're live, you're with everybody. So I've got some questions for you, man.
Yeah.
So my first question for you is, what is going to be your favorite Mourinho moment of all time during his tenure here at Manchester United?
I mean, he did win some trophies for us. I mean, the Europa League and the League Cup. So, I mean, the football was dreadful, of course. So that's the only moment. I mean,
Yeah, and like I said, I honestly, all moment. If you have a favorite moment, I don't even care if it was like. If it was when he was holding up his ear, like the hand to his ear when he was at Juventus, that was pretty funny. Like, everybody's going to have a favorite moment. But honestly, like, it's going to be interesting to see. Like, I'm going to be happy to see what's going to be your least favorite Mourinho moment, because honestly, everybody had a different least favorite Mourinho moment so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's the season. The season has gone all wrong, and it's been a disaster this season. So
I mean, so guys, what is your least favorite Mourinho moment during his entire tenure at Manchester United?
The Champions League game we lost last season against Sevilla. It was like it was very depressing. I mean, I backed Josie. I was like, Mark, I backed Josie till the season, till the West Ham game. I mean, I was Josie out when we lost to West Ham. It was unacceptable. We parked the bus, you know, a minute one against West Ham. So
yeah, honestly, the Sevilla game was a breaking point for a lot of people because of the way that he talked after the match, the way that we played against Sevilla. There was nothing good about it.
Yeah,
so
I mean, it's not worked well with him. Things have not worked out well. I mean, situation is solved for the personal issues, you know, with person players as well. And, you know, I'm just excited about the interim manager, the new manager, who's going to be here for 6 months.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So I will be asking you that here in just another question. But I have to ask. So was it the Sevilla game that was your final breaking point? Was that when you finally became Mourinho out?
I backed him because I thought he needed some recruitment, and I still backed him. I thought he would change. I thought we would play a consistent lineup. I thought he would change after the Sevilla game when we lost so badly, but then we lost the FA Cup, and I still kept hope. I thought he would change. The style of play. I thought it would improve in next season, but then he didn't change. He never changed. So
yeah, and he didn't change. You're absolutely right. He didn't. So my last question for you then, Pankaj, is this. So it seems like for the most part, most people are excited to have Ollie back here, being the manager of Manchester United. So what are you most excited about having Ollie here, being the manager? And then what are your expectations for him as a manager?
I mean, he has a positive outlook towards football. I mean, he wants his players to basically express themselves and play his philosophy, his way, and he wants the players to move forward, have a forward mentality, have an attacking mentality, and he doesn't care about the opposition which is in front of him. He wants to play attacking football. He wants to play what they believe in. So, and I mean, he's the kind of manager which will boost up the squad, instantly. And I mean, he gives confidence to every player. He gives every player a chance, to play. Give every player a chance to start in the starting lineup.
So, Peg, as you actually are starting to break up a little bit, but we are kind of, I mean, you kind of wrapping it up here pretty good though. So, I mean, Peg, guys, it was good to finally talk to you, man.
Yeah.
And
thank you for getting me on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem, man. We'll definitely get you on again soon.
Yeah. It would be lovely. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Pankaj. So, guys, just so you know, if you praise Lee Grant, you're going to be in consideration for being a mod. It's just the case. It's the truth. I mean, Matthew said it. So, I mean, I can't
praise Lee Grant. I'll give you a free poster. Just watch the absolute wave of Lee Grant.
I was going to say, watch all the positive Lee Grants just coming in here now. So, I mean, but in all reality, guys, I mean, I've been thinking about adding Ryan to being a mod for quite a while. He's a pretty big supporter of the channel, and we're actually kind of growing enough to the point where I want to make sure that everybody is going to be able to take a break. If you want to be able to take a rest and not have to watch the video live, I want my mods to be able to have a chance to do that. And I will say this, I want to make sure that all my mods know that I care about them, and I want them to never feel left out on the show. So real quick, guys, I want to ask, is there anybody else that wants to get on the show? We've still got a lot of people watching live, and we're over 2 hours into this thing now. So I'm honestly so grateful and so blessed, guys. So Noel, what is your either Skype ID, or if you want to be on camera, I need an email for Google Hangout. But if you have Skype, that's going to be the way to call me. I'll try to set. And so, Nick, we're not going to do these too often. I don't want to seem like I'm trying to copy what the United Stand is doing. I wanted to add a little bit more to this than just mine and Matthew's and just kind of all my regulars' opinions. I wanted to get more opinions on it than just me, So, but we will have the occasional one of these where we'll get people on and we'll let people have their say on what's going on, because I feel like getting the chance to have everybody talk about what's going on is for the best. So just so you guys know, it is really quick and easy to set up a Skype too. It takes maybe 3 minutes, Matthew?
To be honest, I've had Skype for about 6 years now. So
Yeah.
I don't remember how easy it was, but it was easy.
It is easy. So if you are interested in getting on the show, you could create one like that. Like you can literally just go to another link, and we'll get you on the show. But Pancash, it was great to have you on, man. It really was. I want a poster of Matthew. If Mr. Exclusive wants a poster of you, bro.
What number?
That's Mr. Exclusive. Are we going to go with the number 7 for Matthew? I feel like Matthew's more of a number 9. I mean, maybe that's just me.
To be fair, that's true.
I think
the numbers the bench.
I mean, that would be funny. I will say that. Just you put bench in the background.
Yeah. Instead of my name, it's just bench.
Hey, Bubs, do you want to come say hi to the people? Do you want to come say hi? Come here. Come here. Come here. I mean, guys, look at this. Look at how dead he is. I mean, that is the sign of a tired dog right there. He's been taking care of his dad for the last couple of days. And, I mean, in fairness, I can be pretty whiny at times. So, but real quick, Matthew, I don't know if your cousin messaged you or not, but your cousin did actually finally get the T-shirt.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I am happy about that. And then
in that case, you should get the poster.
I was about to say, like, literally any time I should be getting your poster.
Yeah, it normally takes. I remember, like, an American order, it took about a week to get there. So I'm not too sure why it's taking so long.
Oh, I mean, in fairness, I mean, Arizona is a pretty far shout from, everything. Yeah, Noel, Google Hangout's okay. If you want to be on camera, you're more than welcome to, like, you can even turn off the camera if you want to just use Google Hangout. Yeah, Sophie, I feel so bad for the little guy. He's so dead. He's just worn out from all the time under Mourinho.
That's me after I finished my project last night.
I mean, bro, I commend you for even being here. Like,
15 hours of solid work. That was shocking. And then 3 hours sleep, 3.5 hours sleep. Terrible.
I mean, in fairness, you are still young. You're not an old guy like me. So I mean, you still have the ability to stay up for long periods of time. If I was to do that now, I'd probably die. So probably have a heart attack. Bam, done.
I think I got back home at about 7 o'clock because it takes about 45 minutes to get back from uni.
Yikes.
Straight back home, straight fall asleep again. Woke up at like 10:30 or something, and I'm just dead.
So some of your guys' comments right now are pretty funny. I like it.
I thought those are unfunny.
Listen, I mean, Matthew, can you confirm or deny whether you are the water boy for Manchester United?
Contractually, I'm not allowed to say anything.
Listen, I get it. It's kind of like how Arthur's obligated to make his appearance, so I had to make it happen for him.
Yeah.
Chloe, good to have you back. I mean, we are obviously still live, guys, and I really appreciate all the positivity from this video. Like, listen, like I said at the beginning of the show, this video isn't all about just hating on Mourinho. Like, genuinely, there were good things that he did in his tenure in Manchester United. Just that's truth. There were good things. There was also a lot of bad things that he did during his time at Manchester United. Just like, everybody's got their opinion. Everybody's got the right to have their opinion. And end of the day, that's what I want this show to be about, is I want it to be about everybody's opinions. So, like, honestly, thank you for your time and your service during your managerial career at Manchester United, Jose. I wish you the best of luck. But thank you to the board for finally leaving the club, making him leave the club. Just thank you.
Thanks for taking an L significant enough that the board actually acted.
It took long enough, didn't it, Matthew? It felt like it should have happened so long ago.
Yeah.
Like,
but you know what? At least it's done.
So, Noel, if you could either message me your. Well, I mean, let me see if I can't add you by just typing in your name. I don't know if that'll work or not. I typed in your name and it doesn't come up, but if you can maybe if you're on Twitter, either DM me your email that you use for Google Hangout, or you could put it in here and I could just remove it after you say it. Oh, thank you, Carl. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've put in over 30 hours of time in a tattoo chair, so it's been quite a while. I've got my back completely done. I've got both my rib cages done. Obviously, you can see everything I've got in this area here. So, but we are going to start slowly winding down the show since we're not really getting many more people to, call in. But let's see here. So, I mean, Noel, if you could, either drop a DM to either me or Matthew, depending on if you're following either one of us, or, whatever. That's a fantastic question, George. I'll answer that. So this is what I'll do then. I'm gonna do this, invite people. This will be the best way to do this. Man, see. So Noel, I'm dropping the link here. I just put it in the chat. So if you click on that, you should be able to get into the Google Hangout. So that's if anybody wants to join, but just try and only come on one at a time. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to boot people off of the call. But so Noel, click on that link and you should be able to join in. But so just so you guys know, I mean, I don't like to talk about money very often, but I've spent over $3,000 on my tattoos. Basically, you kind of estimate about $100 an hour when you go to any decent tattoo artist. And then because I've been with the same guy for every one of my tattoos. And I've just gotten to know him well enough that he started charging me less, but all I started doing was tipping him more. I started tipping him big time too. Like there was a tattoo that we did for 5 hours, and it was my back piece, and it wound up costing me about $300 for him to do it, and then I tipped him $200. So call me a generous tipper, I guess.
£200 tip. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 200 American dollars. Come on now. Like, I don't even know what you're.
Yeah, that's about 3 pence, isn't it? That's like 3 times how much mine costs. So,
Noel, just so you know, you can click on that link right now, and that's going to lead you to this specific stream. You could join right now if you want to. How many MUFC tats do you have? So, Nick, that is going to be my next tattoo. I'm going to do it somewhere in here. I'm going to do a Manchester United themed tattoo. I just don't. I'm trying to figure out something more than just doing the logo, because I mean, even with my Arizona Cardinals one, I mean, you can see this is the logo here for the Arizona Cardinals. This isn't even full on Arizona Cardinals, So, Pancakes, I'm not going to spoil anything because I'm going to be doing a video tomorrow for my preview for Cardiff. I actually might be able to get a Cardiff fan because in the middle of the week, I was on a Cardiff podcast. So I'm going to see if I can't get him on for the show tomorrow, which that could be fun. I mean, I don't really know a lot of Cardiff fans, but, I know one now, at the very least. I know a couple here that I've met from going to Phoenix Rising game. So kind of weird.
Cardiff fans in Phoenix?
Yeah. They're transplants from the UK.
It's fair, is it?
So
like you occasionally get those people from like weird countries or whatever that support the most random teams.
You're just like, why?
It's just like, what?
George, that's actually not like I was thinking about kind of incorporating kind of players, like old school players and Sir Alex into the tattoo. I was kind of thinking about making this like the bottom half kind of like just all Manchester United themed.
George would get a Modric tattoo if he could.
Yes, it's true. Modric and Ronaldo.
He'll get his pass completion percentages for the season. Oh,
that's cool, Nick. So Nick's in Tampa. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if if you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, I feel kind of bad for you. But granted, you should feel bad for me too. So, Carl, that's enough of that. You stop it. No Matic. No.
Okay. Could be a McTominay one.
So,
should get a McTominay 59 tattooed right in my back, like full size.
Let's see here. Copy. I'm trying my best, Noel. I'm trying my best. Paste. All right, let's see if that works. I just sent you the invite. But so Chloe, you asked a really good question. How many United shirts do I have? So I've got all three from last year. I've got the black kit, the red kit, and the gray kit from last year. I've only got this one from this year's kits. And then I've got the red kit from Mourinho's first year. And then I've also got Noel, good to have you in here. Just give me one more second. And then I've also got the got one more kit. I'm struggling to remember which one it is. So I've got 8 total, I think. 8 total.
Okay.
But
hello.
That's more than me.
So Noel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. Well, so Noel, good to have you on the show, my friend.
Yeah.
So
sure.
I got some questions for you, man.
Sure.
So first up, what was your favorite Mourinho moment during his tenure at Manchester United?
After the Europa League final, when he celebrated with all our players, he went to the fan section and all those celebrations. That was memorable. Then the win at Juve, that was also a memorable one.
Yeah, no, that was a fantastic memory, and I remember him trying to start the whole treble thing, hold up the 3 fingers, and I remember Carrera looking at him like, oh yeah, we could do that.
During those days, he was in good relation. He maintained a good relation with Pogba also, so it was good to see. Remembering that they were that close, and now it's very strange.
Yeah. No, it's weird how things turned around so quick from his first year to second year. So I have to ask my next question is, what is going to be your least favorite moment during Mourinho's tenure at Manchester United?
I think there are more there are more bad memories of Jose Mourinho than good memories for me. Firstly, I would say the post-match conference of post-Sevilla match, that home, that game was a weird one. When he slated the club legacy, when he said that our club was no heritage, he came to Manchester United and defeated us with Porto and all those stuff. That was very heartbreaking for me to hear from a Manchester United manager. Then US tour, when he said that who will come to watch these guys. He slated the fans also, who came to US to watch these guys. It was also a very bad moment.
Yeah.
Then I would say his press conferences were most of his press conferences were very, very odd for a manager of a club. Slating his players, slating his club, slating the board, everyone. It was not good to watch.
Yeah, actually, that's a good question for Chloe. So I'll ask this to you, Noel. So what was your reaction when you finally heard that Mourinho was fired for Manchester United?
I was surprised regarding the timing. I didn't expect it, Jose to be sacked that day. I was expecting, like most of us, to be that he will be sacked by when the top 4 is mathematically impossible.
And I think we all kind of thought that. I think we all thought that we weren't going to get any kind of reaction from this board until everything had basically gone so bad that we weren't going to be able to turn anything around at all. And so it was quite a bit of a surprise that the board made a bold decision, which was a bold decision.
It was a bold decision from the Edward board, I would say, because we all fans slated Edward Ward for his footballing decisions, and we all expected that he will be saving 20 million for something else, not by sacking him. So,
yeah, and I get that too. So I've got to ask this question. So, what was the moment that made you finally become Mourinho out? What was that ugly moment that made you finally be like, all right, this is enough?
It started with the Sevilla game. Then the US tour didn't help the cause. Then this, I think West Ham game was very poor. I think West Ham game has to be.
You know what? In the West Ham game, honestly, that was a turning point for a lot of people too. Sevilla was a starter for a lot. I think Sevilla was probably the starting point for most people that became Mourinho out. After that press conference, like he was so negative about everything with the club. And
I was shocked hearing that. I was really shocked.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like it was completely shocking. But honestly, whenever you became Mourinho out, even if you never did, even if you never wanted him actually gone, I respect that opinion. Like, I know that you personally did become Mourinho out, but I'm just saying to anybody, whenever you became Mourinho out, I respect that because at the end of the day, he probably did something to piss us all off just a little bit. So, my last question to you then, Noel, is going to be, what are you most excited about having Ole back as our manager at Manchester United, and what are your expectations for him during his tenure?
I think anything Ole doing will be a bonus. Anyway, we are not going to get relegated, for sure. Maximum, I'm expecting our team to finish 5th above Arsenal. It's the best hope.
Okay.
I think top four is realistic because 11 points behind is, I don't think we can catch, especially given how well the Chelsea Spurs are playing. So I don't think we can reach top 4. If we get a result against Paris Saint-Germain, then it will be good. It will be a bonus. Anything is a bonus. And I'm excited about the history of Solskjaer in promoting youth. I'm looking forward to see Greenwood in first team. Rashford as center striker, and now all the shackles are off, so we can see. I hope that we can see the best of Pogba.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's all of us, man. I hope we all we hope to see the best of all of our players that have been, to put it nicely, they've been underperforming under Mourinho. And that's been a lot of them. There's been a lot of them that have underperformed during Mourinho's tenure at Manchester United. So it will be interesting to see who is going to step up, who's going to become that leader that Manchester United need, and who is going to be that guy. So.
And we will be also seeing who are actually good enough to play for Manchester United.
Yeah, that's a great point. You know, like who is going to be good enough? Who is going to be who are going to be the guys that are going to ultimately be here going forward? You know,
because until now the players have an excuse that Mourinho was this defensive. We don't have any freedom to express and all. From now, there's nothing. There's no excuse. They have to perform. So we will see who is actually good enough to play for Manchester United, and all those bad guys we will be. I think the board need to act smartly and get rid of all those players, underperforming players.
Yeah, no, and it will be awesome to see if he can get the most out of the players that are underperforming. But Noel, thank you for joining me, my friend. We're going to go ahead and we're going to probably start wrapping this up. And just genuinely thank you for calling in. When we do this again, we'll make sure to give everybody a chance to get back on. I hope you give a call.
Sure. I wish your channel to grow very fast and become a bigger channel with wider audience and more opinions.
I really
all the best.
Thanks for joining, Noel.
Okay, take care.
Yeah, bye. Okay. So, guys, also the people, Bob's, hey, the people want to see you. Do you want to get up for a second? And then maybe we'll go outside afterwards? Come here. Come here. Come on.
He's just annoyed because the poster hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah, that's honestly probably what it is.
See, as soon as that arrives, he's going to go nuts.
Come on. Come on. See? Say hi to the peoples. Yeah. But Noel, thank you genuinely for calling in. It was a great call. But Arthur did finally make his appearance, guys. He's a good boy. He's just tired.
Just a big lazy boy.
Just a big lazy. Like, literally, look at this, guys. I mean, he's dead.
Although he's got a good fashion sense, though.
He does have some pretty good fashion sense, doesn't he? He likes to be warm. He does need some caffeine. He needs some caffeine. But sorry guys, it's gonna be 1 second. I'm getting a couple more messages here. Well, thank you, boss. You can go ahead and get down now if you want. He's like, yeah, I kind of do. Poor little guy.
But he's too lazy.
Poor little guy. But yeah, guys. I mean, if anybody else wants to have an opportunity to get on, let me know now, because we're going to start wrapping this up otherwise. But we've got 28 people watching live right now. Genuinely, anybody that wants to join in, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, maybe what I'll do here is maybe I'll ask you guys, hey, what was your moment that was your favorite Mourinho moment? If you want to type that into the chat, I'll read it out. We'll do that. How about that? Because I know that not everybody wants to come on and have their voice heard. Because it could be nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking to get in front of the camera all the time and trying to talk and be active. I mean, it is. Matthew can testify to that. Like, it's not easy.
That's true. That's true. After that Newcastle game, when we were doing the fan cams, I was thinking, do I do it? Should I? Shouldn't I? And I ended up just pissing out of it. Although maybe next week I'll be on.
Well, I expect you to do a fan cam next week. Otherwise, I'm going to have to yell at you a little bit.
Oh, shit. Well, that's me told then.
So
expect me to do 3 fan cams.
3. We're getting 3.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Just like Mourinho, we're getting 3. So, guys, genuinely, if you want your comment read, why would anybody celebrate this? But so listen, like we've been saying, I don't quite understand. Is it a Gillies? Listen, I'm just going to say it again. At the end of the day, everything Mourinho did at Manchester United wasn't bad. It's just the truth. Not everything that he did during his time at Manchester United was bad. But he did do a lot of bad. And he did a lot of things to divide fans. And lastly, he did things to make us turn against him. It's just the truth. I'm not saying that I want to remember Mourinho. Like, I'm not even saying that I'm even positive about Mourinho in general, like, or there was anything good. But for me, I'm not going to be disrespectful to a guy that lost his job. That's just, I feel like that would just be kind of another level, kind of disrespectful. So that's just my personal opinion. So, and that's honestly what I want this channel to be about, is I want everybody to be able to have their opinion, be able to have their voice heard. And that's why I'm trying to read out, your guys' comments. So, Andrew, need to get to Old Trafford. So, Carl, I actually do have a fan cam on the United stand from the Newcastle game. If you go to the Newcastle playlist on the United stand,
I'll try and find a link to it.
Yeah, actually, I would really appreciate that, man. So, guys, I'm asking you right now. So, if anybody wants to have their comment read, I'll be sure to shout you out here. What was your favorite moment during Mourinho's tenure at Manchester United? So, George said that his personal one was when Lingard Millie rocked at the Emirates. That was a pretty good one. I'm going to give you that. That was a pretty epic one.
That's it in the chat now.
I appreciate that, Matthew. Thank you. If anybody wants to watch my fan
even in the thumbnail.
Like it's you'll see a proper red bearded rant because I was definitely not happy after the match. I mean, I was happy that we won.
You said if we were going to lose, you'd do a viral one.
Oh, dude, it came close.
It's a win-win.
It came close. I was either going to go viral or I was going to just, get a win.
But it was so weird seeing those fan cams on YouTube, knowing that you were there right next to the camera guy.
It really was, wasn't it? Like, just to be like, hey, like...
I was there. I saw Paul go mad at the guy in the middle of the road.
Yeah. And then, oh my God, when we had Paul ranting in front of us, greatest thing ever. Guys, in case you didn't know, because I think we've talked about this on the stream before, but Paul took Matthew and I out for drinks after. And Paul knows how to party, guys. Paul knows how to party.
That's for sure.
Because he was...
And there's people who think Paul's just faking this for the camera. We can absolutely assure you that is so far from the truth. He's genuinely that much of a nut job.
He is a nut job in the kindest way possible.
Yeah. It was weird because he recognized me, and it was like, no, this isn't how it works. I'm supposed to recognize you here. I'm supposed to say, oh, you're that guy who went nuts in that fan cam once.
Yeah, that's... It like, honestly, Paul was like the nicest guy. He bought all of our drinks when we went to the bar. Like, he was such a nice guy. Such a nice guy. I can't say enough nice words about him. And Carl, just so you know, definitely the next time I'm over, which right now is looking like both my wife and I will be over in September. It's looking possible that we'll both be over in September. So be happy to meet anybody that wants to meet up over there in the UK. We'll meet probably during the like before a game or something like that. Because my plan is to go to 3 games while I'm there. I want to go to 1 home, 1 away, and then 1 where I'm going to go to a Champions League game. I'm going to try and line it up that way. That would be the most epic of epic that I could possibly do. So real quick, I'm going to read out some people's statements. For Dan Jones, it was when he left Carrington for the last time. Listen, like I said, if that's what your favorite moment is, that's completely fair. Just the DT's. George said just DT's reaction to the sheer disrespect after the Millie Rock. That was pretty funny. I remember watching those. That was a good time. Nick Archer, it was signing Pogba. Maybe his favorite moment. That's not a bad one.
I remember that when that was announced. That was one of the best things ever. Because we all knew it was going to happen, but as soon as that video with Stormzy came out, it was just, it was amazing. Yeah, seriously. It was pretty insane. I was like, wait, really? This is what's happening? Yeah. I'll be going back to, okay, so, all right, so guys, I'll ask you this question. What was your least favorite moment during Mourinho's tenure at Manchester United? If you want your comment read out, be sure to type it in here. I will get it read out right now. This is your opportunity to have your voice heard before we kind of wrap things up here, unless you want to call in. Is there, like I said, to call in, you just got to give me either your Skype details or you got to give me your Google Hangout details. The Mickey Scorpion kick. Yeah, that was a pretty good favorite moment too. I'm pissed off because my friend saw that, and he's not even a Man United fan. He just went to that game. I'm guessing because he got some tickets. Yeah. And that was actually 2 years ago on Boxing Day. And it's like, you lucky boy. That's one of those you'll never forget. Yeah. I'll tell you what you'll never forget, though. Fellaini looping a header into the back of the net. Yeah. Well, you should lose a bet as well. Yes. You have to get him on your shirt. I mean, that's fair. That's fair, Matthew. Just in case you guys didn't know, Matthew lost a bet where he had to get Fellaini on the back of his kit, so he's still a little bitter about that. Sorry, guys. So a worst moment for people. So for Ryan, it's when Jose doesn't start Lee Grant. Fair. That's fair. When Jose didn't play any of the youth on any game last year,
I mean, I guess he did play McTominay, but like a lot of people don't view McTominay as a youth.
The boy's 22 years old. He's 1 year younger than Martial.
Yeah.
Look at the absolute differences there.
I think Zlatan was probably the most exciting. Okay, so sorry. Sevilla post-game interview for Jay Hart. Yeah, that was a pretty bad one. Worst moment when he wore a hoodie to the Munich Memorial. I mean, that's an interesting one, Jay Kings. I'm surprised that like that would be a least favorite moment, but I honestly I kind of get it. Let's see here. Least favorite moment for Dan was the loss to West Ham this year. Pankaj was losing to West Ham as well. Versus picking the same crap players week in, week out from George Kyle. Yeah, that's a pretty bad one. Worst moment was when he put Delo off and put Fellaini on. That's a pretty interesting one because ultimately that's a pretty bad moment in and of itself. It's probably what sums up Mourinho's tenure at Manchester United best too. Ooh, this was a good one too. When he said he was going to play attacking football and then didn't. Yeah, it's true. Go back and watch Mourinho's first ever press conference. He said he was going to play attacking football at Manchester United. He did. Matthew can confirm.
I can't confirm.
Can't confirm.
Yep.
Disrespecting the club in general. Mr. Exclusive, that's a good one too. So, guys, of course, I've got to ask you, when was the moment that you finally turned on Mourinho? What was your ugly moment that made you finally be like, all right, enough is enough? George with the funniest moment of when Fellaini was coming on and cost us a win against Everton. Yeah, that was...
Oh, you know what? I remember that so well.
That was pretty funny. I'll give you that.
I can tell you exactly what I was doing that day. It was one day before my web design hand in. I had a whole website to make, and instead I'm watching Fellaini give away a penalty 5 minutes after he comes on. The absolute mong.
I mean, I honestly, I remember watching the United stand during that time. I remember Mark freaking out. That was pretty funny. I'll say that. It was
the most Fellaini thing ever.
It was the most Fellaini thing ever.
It was like 1-0 or 2-1 or something, and then Mourinho decided, oh yeah, I'm just going to chuck him on here. And then 2 minutes later, gives away a penalty.
And we lose. Yeah, classic. Absolutely classic Mourinho moment. So I've got quite a few here. So Nick Archer said end of last season Newcastle game. Shane said honestly last weekend, which honestly, if you held out that long, good on you, man. That's impressive. For Carl, it was Liverpool. Dan, it was Derby County. AFAF Sevilla away last year. Shane did say that the Liverpool match was unforgivable. Maria said Juve at home. Pankaj West Ham game away this season. Jay Hart, when we lost to Brighton, started it for me after the Sevilla game. I was Josie out since then. So after Sevilla game, that is a pretty common one for a lot of people. Brian did go with Derby County. I remember you saying that when you were live, brother. But it's the bloody pink boots, Marcus. Best ever, yeah, that was probably one of the best ever Mark rants. All right, so guys, last question I'm going to ask you, and then Mr. Exclusive did say West Ham. So last question I'm going to ask to you guys is, what are you most excited about having Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back at Manchester United, being our manager? And lastly, what are your expectations for him? What do you expect for him to do during his tenure? It could be anything from, hey, I want them to play a certain way, to, hey, I expect us to win top 4. Whatever it is, I get it. So, I mean, Matthew, I'm just curious, did I ever say what these moments were for me personally?
I don't think you did.
I actually don't think I did either. So I'll finish reading these out. I'll give you guys mine last, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, I'm getting some classy responses here. I like this. Shoot, bloody shoot, shoot.
Oh, you know what? There's no one on this earth who says the word shoot in such a magnificent way.
You're absolutely right about that.
It sounds unbelievably Scottish.
This, I mean, everybody was talking about how it sounds so Mancunian. Like,
see, I don't think it sounds mank at all. Like, get someone in my street and he'll say it like that. Yeah. It's the word football as well. Like, you could be talking in any accent, it'll just come up with football, and it's the best thing ever.
So Nick went with attack. Pancash is positive outlook towards football. Mr. Exclusive went with attack, shoot, attack. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I like that. Jay Hart, to see players getting excited again and play as a team. Yeah, I like that one. Ryan went with not dreading United football anymore. That's a pretty good one. AFF with no expectations but play attacking football. I like that one. Nick went with effing shoot. Yeah, that's about sums up him in general. Galassos from Vandy Candy. Rest can follow gradually. Maria said to get good attacking football. Dan went with attacking football, playing as a team, and I expect us to get in top 6 comfortably. That's very fair. That's very fair. Anybody else? I think he's going to make our team step our game up, or be on in the third or even second in the one Premier League. So you're thinking he might be able to get us to like third in the Prem? Okay, that's fair. Fred playing from Nick Archer, I do like that one. By February, Ollie will be our striker because of how bad Lukaku is. Listen, I'd probably take him right now. All right, so Fred stops praying. No longer Pastor Fred. Yeah, it has been sad to see Fred basically his best tenure at Manchester United has been on Twitter, right? But so guys, I'm going to give you my moments now, just to kind of start wrapping us up. So my favorite Mourinho moment was genuinely it really is close between the Europa League and winning that, because we all had that elation of winning a big trophy. Because I mean, the Europa League isn't necessarily a big trophy in terms of like it's kind of like the second-rate one, but it's a big trophy in the sense that it's still going up against some of Europe's best. It's and it's a good moment to always have and always remember. And then I would say the other one would be the Manchester City game where we came back and won the game 3-2. I will always and forever remember that. I remember feeling like so angry to start that match, and especially going into the second half, I was like, man, we're going to get battered here. We're going to go on to lose big time. And we wound up bringing it back and winning the game. And it was absolutely awesome. So my least favorite moment, though, it's kind of like a lot of people have said this, but it's a compilation of all of his excuses. All of his excuses for the reasons why that his team was failing. And he never, ever put it on himself. He never once said, hey, this is on me. I'm not picking the right team. I'm just not making good decisions. He never said anything negative about himself. Never. During his tenure at Manchester United. And that, to me, will always be my least favorite moment, because I would expect a manager to step up and be the ultimate leader of the team and say something is going wrong. And he never did. He never did. So my moment that made me finally turn on Mourinho, I've said this before, but a lot of you might not have heard this. So Drawdy Devil put out his dream Manchester United 11. And it included people like Christian Pulisic. It included people like Mathis de Ligt. There was just a good combination of youth, flair, fun, just overall what would be a dream Manchester United 11. I'm pretty sure Tahith Chong was playing on the right wing. It looked amazing. It looked amazing. But knowing that Mourinho would never play the lineup that Drotti put out there, it made me finally be like, you know what? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And that made me finally turn on him, was knowing that he would never play the youth or the flair players that Manchester United have historically always had. And then lastly, I'm excited to have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back at Manchester United and being our manager, because he is going to bring fun back to the game. I honestly believe that in my heart of hearts. He is going to bring fun back to Manchester United. He's going to make it so we're going to, like, based on what his track record is, he's going to make it so we're going to go at teams. We're going to score goals. And honestly, I'm just most excited to see the players have fun again. To see the players coming into training smiling in their cars. For them to know that they can probably just let the shackles be off for a little bit and run free. I'm excited to see that. And then genuinely, I have zero expectations other than to not get relegated. Everything else that he's going to do during his time is going to be a bonus. As long as he brings us – so I guess there is one expectation, you could say, and it's to bring back a good style of play. If he brings back a good, fun style of play and we don't get relegated, I will be happy as a clam. I believe that what Ollie will bring to this team is he will bring the fun back. He'll bring what is Manchester United back, at least until, so what was it? Where are we at here? So Darren Munn, like you said, I'm happy with him until Poch is available. And right there is exactly what I think. Because you guys have heard me time and time again talk about Pochettino. Pochettino is going to be a great manager for Manchester United if he comes here. I can almost guarantee it. I look at the way that he does things, and it just reminds me so much of Sir Alex. It truly does. I really hope that we can manage to get him back here. But for the meantime, having Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Mike Phelan back at Manchester United managing this team, I'm actually excited to watch the games again. We're actually going to be able to have pride in what's going on that pitch. I can't tell you how excited I am for that. Like, to know that I don't have to be miserable thinking that the worst is going to happen. Because now, ultimately, if the worst happens, guess what? He's an interim guy. Oh, well. As long as he doesn't get us relegated. Basically, I think he basically has to win 3 games to not get us relegated. Guaranteed. And that might even be a stretch. But I'm just excited to see what Ollie's going to bring back to this team. I really am. So, guys, let's go ahead and let's wrap this up. Matthew, you've been on with me almost the entire show, minus like a little 30-minute period there. So thank you for being with me today, brother. I've obviously got all your details below. You know, I want you to, like, I know we'd say it all the time. Shout out your posters, bro. Just do it, because we've had a lot of people watching live today.
Yeah, sure. So, like I said, I'm putting up the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer one tonight, I think. And obviously, I won't be able to do Christmas delivery, but I think the earliest I can ship is the 7th of January. So it's not too far away. And then in about a month's time,